lucky with that last line.
Run for my penis. Okay, well, there's something closer.
No, you gotta say penis.
Yeah? Can I say something else?
What's funnier than penis?
Yakahula.
Oh, Yakahula, well.
That's what my father called it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yakahula?
Yeah. How's your Yakahula, he'd say. And then he'd add this one. How's your Yakahula Hickadula? Imagine growing up, other kids are saying pee-pee, teeny, and I'm going, Yakahula Hickadula. Okay. Hi, I'm David Brenner. Okay. All right, come on. All right. Hi, I'm David Brenner, the big-time comedian. 12 years ago, I predicted two things. That Howard Stern would become a major show business figure, and I would keep getting lots and lots of fine chooch. Well, Howard hit it big, and I need a splint for my Yakahula Hickadula. I should be a psychic on Friends Network. Here's my Mr. Movie, Howard Stern. All right. Somebody revive me. All right, so we went out on the street, and this is pretty cool. We asked people, would you sign a petition that would force the Jews to put the Star of David after their names on movie credits?
Oh.
So that we could identify them.
Wow.
Yeah. And do you think anybody would go along with that?
No.
And you don't know people.
Oh. Was it still bad?
Well, I mean, some people are, appropriately shocked, but it's kind of funny to go out and ask these questions and see how people respond.
Let's hear this.
All right. So you get it?
Yeah, you want the Star of David behind Jewish people's names in movie credits.
Right.
Would you sign a petition to endorse Senator McKenna's recent bill to require all Hollywood producers to put the Star of David after each Jewish name in any and all credits so it would be apparent to the movie-going public the incredible abundance of Jews that have infiltrated this part of our media and culture?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know too much about it, but I'll sign it, though. Yes, I know it's going to be something positive. But how would it affect me, though? But if it won't do me, it won't be like a scan or something.
Well, they would say he's on it. That was Al Pacino, by the way, the famous actor.
He's been concerned about this problem for a long time.
There you go.
Would you sign a petition to endorse Senator McKenna's recent bill to require all Hollywood producers to put the Star of David after each Jewish name in any and all credits so it would be apparent to the movie-going public the incredible abundance of Jews that have infiltrated this part of our media and culture?
What are you talking about? Did I tell you I was in a hurry? It's the stupidest thing I ever heard. She's slowing me down.
So you wouldn't sign a petition?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I wouldn't sign anything that sounded remotely like that.
You wouldn't sign a petition that would put the Star of...
This is crazy.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
You can stop for the question because I don't want to hear the question and I don't want to answer it.
Okay, you wouldn't sign a petition?
I don't want to answer the question. Are you kidding?
No.
This is a real bill? This man should be shot.
So you wouldn't sign it?
I certainly wouldn't sign it. That's going back to the days of Hitler, isn't it? Are they going to put in a flag next to each other of the other names?
No.
So that we know who's Italian?
No.
And who's Irish?
No.
And who's Austrian?
No, just a Jew.
And who's Spanish?
No.
Of any kind of descent?
No, just a Jew.
Right.
And who's French? I mean, is that not ridiculous? Yes.
You would?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because I'm Jewish, number one. I came from Russia 17 years ago. And for me, Jewish is the most important people in the world.
No, I wouldn't. Okay, why not?
I'm not interested.
Not interested?
No. I'm not, because I'm not feeling good. My nose is burning me.
Your nose is burning?
Yeah.
What's wrong with your nose?
My nose is burning me, so I'm not interested.
That's a tough question, because it depends on what the Star of David is representing, though. Because, see, I'm Rastafarian. As I say, I can say myself, I speak for myself. I see the Star of David It's a different meaning than the Jews think of it, but it's in a sense it's all the same. You know?
What's the meaning for the Rastafarians?
Well, I'm not gonna speak on that right now.
I don't know.
If you want to know, you can read about it.
I work for ACC.
You got it. Have a good night. I'm out of here.
Guy told him to F off.
With the petition?
Yeah, you can't even hear it at the end, but he does. Yeah, so there it is. There's the answer to the question. Would you support a bill?
Well, not a lot of people would support it,
Right.
but some.
And some of the people who support it, I don't think know what the hell they're talking about. I like the Rastafarian guy. In a sense, we see the Jewish star as different from the Jewish people, but it's all the same. You know, in a sense.
And what does it mean? Well, I don't want to speak about that.
Yeah, I don't want to speak on that right now because my nose is burning.
Put the Star of David next to any Jewish filmmakers, producers, or writers.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do it for you.
Okay, wow.
I like that guy.
He'll just do it.
He'll do it. He goes on
I
forever.
don't know about this before, but I'm going to do it. Boy.
Oh, no, he wants to know if you understand what you're signing and what this is about, right?
Right, this is tape for broadcast.
Yeah.
Would you sign it, sir?
Let me see what this is about. I would have to...
I'll sign it. I'll sign it.
To investigate what this really relates to. Let me see. Here's a guy here trying to...
Laurel and Hardy at work.
Would you sign a petition to endorse Senator McKenna's recent bill to require all Hollywood producers to put the Star of David after each Jewish name in any and all credits so it will be apparent to the movie-going public the incredible abundance of Jews that have infiltrated this part of our media and culture?
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Would you sign a petition?
Well, you know what it is doing? It's pointing out this is a Jew. It's up to you whether you want him to make a movie or not.
I'll sign it. I will sign it.
You would sign it?
I will sign it.
All right.
Would you, sir?
All right. All right. Yeah, why not? You know how I would be more enthusiastic over? If that's said, I would like to see more Irish people take over New York City as they did years ago. I would instantly sign that. You know?
Are you signing it just to sign it or signing it for the cause?
I'm signing as a favor to you with my heart.
Oh.
Right. Now, when you see a film, do you think it's important that you know if there were any Jews involved in making the film?
I love to see Jewish people get up there. I love Jewish
That's
people.
what Hugh Robinson. He was Jewish.
Right.
His name was Emmanuel Goldenberg. John Garfield was Julius Garfinkel. And many of them are Hebrews. Clark Gable was Hebrew, although he had an Irish name.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Amazing.
Yeah, the street is very dangerous out there. That's why most people don't walk on the street. We live in a stupid world filled with stupid people. Anyway, I was waiting for the guy to throw up on the petition. I would sign it. I would sign it. Well, why would you sign it? Because out of respect to you.
From my heart.
Yeah. He just met him on the street. It's a dangerous business, but you can learn a lot out there. That was our boy Dean out there, Dean the intern, out there doing battle on the streets.
I was
Very
just
nice.
sitting there thinking about all the petitions.
Yeah.
You see people signing.
Yeah, it'd be cool to force those Jews to admit who they are, huh? Get their names out there. Yeah. Let's find out who they are.
Well, according to that guy, everybody was. Clark Gable was Jewish.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that one, man. I couldn't even follow what he was saying. Kenny, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
That's why I hated high school. You actually went to high school with guys who acted like that. And, you made you wonder what you were doing with your life as you tried to live amongst people who were just completely whacked out of their heads. Kenny, what's up?
Hey, I was just heard a promo on that you're possibly going to have a television show to go up against Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, well, you never know.
You going to have half a star on your credits?
Half star, yeah. Yeah, point out my background. How funny is that? Oh, man.
Is that true, though, or is that just a rumor, or you're not going to talk about it?
Well, I talked about it like yesterday. The rumor was that me and Letterman were conspiring to put together a Saturday night program for CBS.
Right.
And I told Robin and everyone else on the air that I haven't spoken with Letterman in a couple of months, and we are not conspiring to do anything together, and that if I do a TV show on Saturday night, I've had an offer for 5 years from CBS to go up against Saturday Night Live. If I do a show, and I've been exploring it, but if I do a show, I don't need Letterman. to produce it. What would I need him for? You know, that sounds nuts. A couple of years ago, when Howard Stringer was the president of CBS, he came to me and he said, well, Letterman would be the producer. He spoke an English accent. He goes, well, Letterman would be the producer, and you would be the talent. And I said, why? Because if Letterman gives you his stamp of approval, people will accept you. I said, people accept me already. If anything, Letterman should be looking for my stamp of approval. How about I produce his show? I could help him. I'll put my name on his show and produce that and beef it up a little. I said, no dice. I said, unless he's going to come to writing meetings and show me some spectacular material, stuff he ain't using on his show, let me say that I have no interest. I mean, what do you mean? He's going to put his name on my show and I'm going to pay him? You mean, I got to split the deal with Letterman because he's going to put his name on the show? That sounds like racketeering. I said, that sounds outrageous. So Stringer said, all right, forget Letterman.
He was out the window?
Yeah, he was out. That I took care of in about 5 seconds.
And he didn't have any particular loyalty. He was like, all right,
yeah,
get rid of him.
He go, okay, well, all right, I just didn't expect that reaction. He thought I'd be doing cartwheels because Letterman was going to be the producer.
Yeah.
I said, if anything, that's the kiss of death. Who wants to be accepted by somebody mainstream? I don't want to be accepted. I want Letterman to hate the show. I want everyone to think I'm an ass. What do you think of that? And Howard Stringer was like, this is remarkable thinking. He was like, whoa. Cutting edge. Quickly, sign him up.
Oh, that's funny.
That's what happens in Hollywood and in the media. If you walk in and you've got an original thought, they go wild, man. They never heard anything. Because most people go, yeah, Letterman wants to produce? Cool.
That's because they all got stars by their name.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
David Letterman has a star.
Yeah. I said, that's some scam. He says, well, you know, Letterman's the producer of the Tom Snyder Show. I said, well, there you go. I said, you want me involved with that?
Snooze Fest.
Snooze Fest is right, man. Conan O'Brien kicks his ass.
Right.
And Conan ain't doing anything all that wacky. My first Saturday night show for CBS will be a recreation of that meeting.
I would love to do that.
Complete with, I'll get the real Howard Stringer to play himself. It's going to be great, man. It's just too goofy. So, yeah, I mean, I've always considered going on against Saturday Night Live, and I'm still considering it. I've never, I got sidetracked for 4 years working on Private Parts, so I never really took them up on their offer. But I might do it. You never know. You might see me up against Saturday Night Live at some point.
You'd absolutely kick their ass.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be a tough problem. You know, it wouldn't be a big problem. If you remember, back in 1990 or something like that, I was up against Saturday Night Live, and I kicked their ass.
Your E-show would probably kick their ass.
Exactly. Because at least there's something real about it.
Right.
You know, people are sick and tired of these sketches that go nowhere. But what do I know?
Yeah, the first sketch has got to be those cheerleaders getting their heads chopped off.
Yeah, I hear you.
Machine gun.
Yeah. You know, that's funny. When I was on Saturday Night Live talking about how much it sucked, one of the things I was going to talk about, I did it in rehearsal. I talked about, hey, you know, why don't we take those cheerleaders and kill them? And I forgot to say it when I got on live television. I sort of choked. All right, thanks, dude.
By the way, F. Jackie's Lobsters.
Right, which I ate last night. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Big lobster salad last night. Thanks to Jackie's poor timing. There were a lot of leftover lobster. Jackie throws a party, except everyone's gone by the time the party gets cranking.
Basil is eating lobsters.
Yeah. Jackie came up to me yesterday after the show. He goes, what's going on with Saturday Night Live? What's going on with that?
He really did that?
Yeah.
After we talked about it on the air?
Yeah.
He thought you were lying on the air.
I don't know. I don't know what he thought.
You wouldn't lie.
I don't lie. When do I lie to you? Have I ever lied to you?
Just when you listen to me.
What?
What is he talking about?
What? I've lied to you?
I don't know. I just asked you.
Why are you trying to be outrageous? Answer the question. Have I ever lied to you?
I asked you a question.
I know, and I said, I told you everything on the air. I'm not lying. And then you're saying I lie when my lips are moving? You want to think that of me. He always wants to, he needs a boss man who's like lying to, he needs an enemy.
You know, you do have a star by your name.
Right. He has to have an enemy, you know what I mean? He has to have an enemy.
I asked
You're
you.
such a worker mentality. Really, seriously. I'm not your enemy. I said to you, what did I tell you? They've been after me for 5 years to do something. I'm thinking about it. Oh.
I was just asking why it popped up in the news lately, that's all.
I don't know.
We talked about it.
I don't know where that came from in the news.
I really don't.
Saying that you lied on the air?
I don't know. Then he just said 2 seconds ago I'm always lying to him. I don't know when I've ever lied to him.
Well, Jackie, speak up. When did you lie? When did Howard lie to you?
I don't know.
He's like the Rastafarian guy. You got to look it up.
I'm sorry. My nose hurts.
Hey, Ed.
His nose hurts. His
No, I
nose
mean,
is burning.
he always has to badmouth me, you know? Everything
Who's bad now?
I just said everything I say is a lie.
Oh, eat me. Kidding around.
He didn't say that.
Yeah.
Kidding around.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Thanks. Thanks for kidding like
Show.
that.
Check the TV guy.
Gee,
Boy, that was funny.
you and David Brenner ought to get together.
Did everybody laugh?
Ed, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, what's happening?
What's happening? I don't know. You tell me.
Hey, listen, I was watching CNBC, I guess it was Monday night, and some, I guess, hypocrite was interviewing Sam Donaldson,
Yeah.
and they were talking about radio and censorship, and basically the guy thought that you were Satan.
Who?
Who was it, Grodin?
I forget who he was, like a white-headed guy. He kind of had like a southern accent to him.
I don't know.
I don't know, but anyway, Sam Donaldson kind of supported you through the whole thing. He basically, yeah, he basically said, he goes, I don't believe sometimes what Howard does, but you know, they were talking about sometimes, I guess you were talking about smelling girls, and you can tell when they were on their period.
Yeah, so what?
And he basically said, if you don't like it, turn the radio off.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't even have to be commended for that. That's the law.
Yeah, but I mean, for those kind of...
First Amendment, man. You can talk about stuff like that.
Yeah, but for empty suits, that was pretty good for them to support you.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, thanks, man.
Hey, man, listen, I work for AMR Corp, and all the people in Dallas are really bummed that you're not on the air out there.
Yeah, I've been getting a ton of mail from Dallas, people talking about they're going to move from Dallas. They're having some sort of rally on Friday, headed up by Melrose Larry Green, which always leads me to believe it could be a failure, but... A lot of the people, I didn't understand it at first. I thought I was kind of against it because it was like kind of stupid and meaningless. But they just said, hey, they want to go out in front of the radio station, the Eagle that dumped us, and just let people know, like other radio stations in town, that they're there and they're ready to listen to their radio station if they'll put us on. And they want to make their voices heard. So I think some people on Friday are going to congregate outside the radio station, but I wouldn't expect many people because most people don't know about it.
Not that we can be heard in Dallas.
Right.
Tell people that it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, if we told people in Dallas, hey, why don't you congregate in front of the station, and we were on the radio, forget about it. It'd be huge.
Yeah, I got a letter from a drag queen
Yeah.
today saying,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
No, you're lucky.
Yeah, really misses the show.
Yeah.
Well, I canceled my insurance policy with Nationwide.
No kidding, really? Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
I went to Progressive Insurance, so...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said that to me. We got a great sponsor here in New York who even points out that Nationwide is charging way too much for their, for their insurance policy on your car, and that you should switch to them, Tri-State Auto Insurance. And I'll tell you something. This guy's got a good point. Why not? I like it.
All right, Howard, I'll see you, man.
I did.
Ask Nationwide.
Okay.
See ya.
I'm with you on that. Hey, so I'm watching the E! Show yesterday, and one of the funniest things I saw, did anybody see the E! Show with Belinda Carlisle? Well, the thing that I love the best is that we have a camera out in the hallway, and Belinda Carlisle is trying to leave. It's just fascinating at the end of the show to watch her leave the studio, and then she walks all the way out to the elevator, and then I guess she forgets her kid and her...
She forgot her child?
In her pocketbook, so then they went back and they got the kid and the child. I mean, I don't know what goes on, but like Gary walks all the way to the elevator, then he walks back, then he walks... You got to see our guests...
They get lost.
Yeah, it's wild. And even
supervision.
yeah, and nobody guides. It's what was going on at the end of that E! Show. I got to know.
I will tell you.
She is cute, Belinda Carlisle. Yeah.
First of all, our general manager Tom
Yeah.
doesn't want, it used to be, that you can just walk straight out that way.
Yeah.
But Tom doesn't want anybody. He wants them brought to the elevator bank, no matter who it is, because he's afraid people just start wandering around the station, which is a fair assessment.
He wants people escorted out of the building.
So they
right.
should be walked to
So
the
you
elevator.
escort her out, and then she forgets her kid.
Well, no. What happened was I looked down and somebody said, I said, "Where's her entourage?"
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Oh, they already left." So I just took her out to the elevator.
Oh.
And then we realized that they hadn't left.
Oh, I
go
see.
back and get them.
Oh, all right, because it's funny, man. It looked really odd. I mean, people just walking up and down the halls. No one knows where to go. Man, it's an ordeal. Then Ganji follows you around, keeps asking you dumb questions after you get done with the whole interview.
We know it was one of the funniest things. I don't know if did we run the Farrah show yet? The Farrah Fawcett show?
I don't know.
Farrah, we asked her to cut some ideas, and she said that she was in a really big rush.
Yeah.
And she had like 25 people with her. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
So she's like running out the door. She goes, wait a minute, I got to go to the bathroom. And Farrah goes in the bathroom. She had to be in there for 25 minutes.
Too bad you couldn't show that.
And all those people are standing in the hallway, and they're all looking at their watches, and they're
Right.
freaking out because
Yeah.
they got to be somewhere, and they're all going to be late. And everyone's afraid to rush her.
Right, because she'll yell at them.
Yes.
It's funny.
Wow.
You should put that there and just speed up the tape and have a clock going around to show how long she's in there.
Wow. Yeah, so that was pretty funny. And then, what was I watching last night that was pretty funny? I was watching, oh, yeah. So, remember the girl who came in here and she was all messed up because her boyfriend put a bullet in her head and she could barely walk?
The girl who needed the breast implant.
Right, and you saw her breasts, they were all flat and you were laughing really hard.
It was shocking. It was a laugh of nervousness.
Right. But anyway, so like they videotaped her going. There's a doctor who called in. I wish I had his name. I'd give him a plug. Guy's terrific. He called in and said, "Hey, I'll give her some breast implants."
Yeah.
He felt bad for her.
She really needed them.
Yeah. So after he heard you laugh,
I never saw it.
so the girl was talking in the car how much it hurt her that you laughed at her breast, and that you were the first person she wanted to show her breast to and everything. But anyway, that we videotaped the entire operation. We got to put this on E.
Oh, you're kidding? She had the operation?
She had the operation almost immediately, and the guy did a beautiful job.
Wow.
I mean,
you
should see.
saw it?
Yeah, and and she shows the chest and everything, and I went, wow, what a fantastic chest. I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah?
Wow, big as you. Big as you.
Well.
I'm telling you, big as you on that little tiny frame.
The important
Oh, my God.
The important part is pumping those things up.
Man, did he pump them up. He pumped up them flapjacks. Now she'll laugh at you.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And, well, she should.
Hey, there you go. There you go. But, so anyway, I said, and I watched it, and I said, Howard, you do good work. You got that girl breast
Now,
implant.
she's still, when is she coming? She's not coming back to show us?
I guess she will at some point. I don't know, but she looked magnificent. Her
Because
chest
I
looked-
have to see what the breasts
Yep.
do to the whole package,
Well, she got a long way to go, but she's messed up from the bullet and all that. But she looked great. I mean, sitting down without the.
She never gets up.
Right, and she had her top off, and she looked really
the
good.
hand wasn't wandering.
Well, the hand was at its side. She had huge breasts. I mean, they must be D's.
Really?
Yeah, and they're like, and this was like a day after the operation.
Wow. Well, good for her.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say congratulations. You'll be the first to say it.
We do good work. Here's a letter from someone from Dallas who is depressed over us leaving. I probably can't read the whole thing just because it's so long, but Dear Stern Show, it's now heading into our third week without you, and as silly as it sounds, our lives have become an even bigger hell. Somehow you all have seriously inspired us to our own personal greatness in our minuscule lives. Upon hearing that the Eagle decided to discontinue the show, it occurred to me that your show has inspired me, taught me, and was basically the engine that got me through the day. Upon talking to friends, family, clients, etc., I found that I was not the only one who experienced the surprising surge of emotion at the thought of a Stern-free Dallas. These emotions range from grief, rage, despair, and manic depression. I personally began to frantically tape the show when possible. So you can imagine my surprise the first Monday that the show was pulled. I was surprised at my quick fury because I felt like my brain would explode.
Wow.
I have been in an awkward funk ever since. I have even begun to reach out to total strangers to rant to. My husband and I are very quiet, private people, and because of the intense sensation of loss we feel, we intend to lose some of that privacy by showing up on August 15th at the Eagle. There's a local group calling themselves SOS, Save Our Stern, who intend to hold a rally of protest out in front of their building. Perhaps a local station will get a major clue and sign you up. So that's the purpose of them having a protest. All right? People are upset,
Well, it's nice to see that people are upset. Every once in a while we get booted out of a place and nobody says a word.
Dallas radio is a barren wasteland of mindless, blathering, and horrible Stern imitators. The very notion that it will take days, weeks, months, or even years for your return makes me physically ill. Unfortunately, the fans are left in the corporate dust of the uptight censorship of Nationwide Insurance. We are like junkies whose connection was arrested. We are forced to plod through our days without humor, absorbing the tiny bit of relief with the E! Show. It will never be enough. Our cable operator is even threatening to pull E! off the air, so anxiety is high.
Wow.
I realize this sounds a little bit dramatic and fanatic, but We need you here to relieve us from the pathetic droning that is Dallas radio. I feel a bit ashamed to admit Dallas is my hometown, particularly in light of how long it is taking for another station to pick up the ball that the Eagle has fumbled. But I think I speak for a number of people when I say, we are now enlightened. Please return to us, Howard Stern. And that's from Kelly.
Yeah, a lot of emotion.
Yeah, she says, I'm shameless in my devotion to you that I'm including my number and description in an effort to hear my master's voice. 5'10", dark brown hair, green eyes, 140 pounds, 38D, 2542. My husband thinks I look like a very, very young Grace Slick, making the very, very underlined because, the very young Grace Slick was quite hot. By the way, the breast implant doctor is Stephen Palumbo from Quag, Long Island. Quag. Quag?
Yeah.
You spell it Q-U-A-G?
That's misspelling. Spelling.
Yeah, these guys screw me up every day. It's Q-U-O-G-U-E, isn't it?
Yeah,
that would be Quag.
Right.
But what they have there is Quag, Long Island.
That's a different
Quack, quack.
So, I'm not as stupid as I sound. It's just the people feeding me my information is stupid.
Grillo.
Who? Yeah, well, get him away from the computer. Get him away from the computer.
Apologies, Howard. Grillo typed it in, but Ganty told him to spell it that way.
Yeah, well, Ganty's an idiot.
Oh, God.
Who's we got to get, you know what? Get rid of Ganty. Give one of the Harvard guys the job. Isn't Ganty leaving soon?
You told it. He had a year. Isn't his year up?
A year's got to be up, man. Go get a real job.
He said in a year he would leave. You wouldn't even have to ask.
Right. Now, for all you girls who can't get breast implants for one reason or another, I'll help you out.
Or simply looking at a mirror, seeing both breasts, much, much fuller, much, much firmer, and uplifted.
You say if you listen to this tape,
I am proud of my achievements. I am very pleased with the appearance of my breasts. My breasts are attractive and fuller now. My breasts remain equal.
That sounds scary.
My breasts are enlarged. My breasts are uplifted and firm.
I wonder if his breasts are looking better now.
Imagine he has like a triple D, that guy. Be awesome.
Uplifted and firm.
And firm.
Man who pays my salary.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There. Start over again, dude. All right, look, I got to come back. We're going to talk to that guy. He's going to teach you how to dump your wife. If anybody's thinking of getting rid of the missus, this is the proper way to do it. There's 3 types of wives, according to this guy. You'll be able to identify which wife you have.
And there's a way to dump each one.
Yeah. Sternak returns at 8 o'clock.
Ready, 2, 3.
Hello, Red? It's right there. Who's this? This is Bob Marino. Bob Marino. Bob Marino. Hello. Will you get down here? The bar's on fire. Listen, you son of a bitch, you mother. What's the matter with you? You dirty, rotten rat bastard. Come on up face to face and I'll meet you at the bar. Hey. I'll cut your belly open, you gay bastard. Hey. You dirty bastard.
Yeah, am I back? I didn't know that. God damn, I got to pay attention to what's going on. I'm so busy in here. Say what, Robin? I missed it. I was busy listening to something. I was working on a song, actually, about Malcolm Shabazz, who I think should have gotten a death sentence for lighting his grandmother on fire instead of 18 months in detention center.
Detention center? It's a hospital.
A hospital? Don't even tell me that. I've just been working on this song, trying to get that together. You know what I'm saying? This is very rough. Malcolm Shabazz was really upset. I guess he heard the... Was that right? No, here it is. Malcolm Shabazz was... Not yet? Malcolm No? Oh, here it is. Malcolm Shabazz. Not yet. What? Not yet?
It's the longest intro in the world.
Is it? How long an intro is it?
Long enough to shoot yourself in the head.
Why don't you write over the intro?
I think it's here.
Malcolm Shabazz was really upset. Guess he heard voices in his head. He toasted Grandma like a marshmallow. I guess he's just another psycho. Psycho, 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 psycho. Psycho, 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 psycho. Psycho, psycho, psycho. Take a lighter. You know, there you go to psycho. Psycho. Take a lighter. Or some matches. Cook your grandma in small patches. Torch her pillow. Burn her slipper. What's wrong, Malcolm? Why you flippin'? Are you schizo? Are you psycho? Do you just like barbecue? You know, that kind of thing. I don't know, man. There's got to be something to that, right? There's got to be something to it. The keeper!
Malcolm Shabazz, yeah, he was upset. I guess he heard voices in his head. He toasted Grandma like a marshmallow. I guess he's just another psycho. Psycho, 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 psycho. Psycho, 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 psycho. Psycho, 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 psycho.
Everybody! Psycho, 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 take a lighter. At the very least, set his balls on fire. You get it. You get it. And then little Jackie. I think it's got potential, right? It's got some potential.
Barbecue-o?
Barbecue-o. I don't know. Very difficult to get it done. Yeah, you got to get the right song, the right words. It's very difficult. Always working on something. Minutes away of learning how to dump your wife. This guy wrote some book. You got to get this book.
Who is this guy? Has he done that?
Actually, it's a woman. A woman wrote the book. From what I understand, I always thought it was a guy because the name was Lee something or other who wrote the book.
And it's a woman?
It's a woman whose boyfriend went through a divorce, and he told her everything. And she wrote it all down for guys. So she's like a traitor to her own, race, whatever. Sex, yeah. Is that not a race? Women is not a race?
No.
I see. Gee, how do you know so much? Okay, let me just pop through a couple of these phone calls and see what's happening. Hi, Ryan, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard,
Yeah.
why do you say there's nothing else good on radio?
Why do I what?
Say there's nothing else that's good on radio.
Well, because I've listened to the radio, and the only people I hear doing anything are people who imitate me.
What about, like, Loveline?
Again, I said the people who are doing anything are basically just doing my radio show.
You think they're...
What do you think Loveline is? A Loveline is a guy calls up with a sex question, they got a comedian, or so-called comedian, sitting there cracking jokes. And you know why it's lame? Because they pretend like they're helping somebody. They got some kind of therapist there. And who's the therapist? Dr. Judy? I know Dr. Judy. Dr. Judy can't even run her own love life.
No, it's Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. Okay, so that's the competing one.
Yeah.
And Dr. Drew is like the serious guy who's pretending like this is all serious to him. Meanwhile, he's sitting there with a goofy sidekick who's sitting there making jokes. So why not be honest about it and say you just want to get the word vagina on the air and goof around about it, and having the psychiatrist there is supposed to make it legit? Come on, man. What are you talking about? At least I've always been honest.
You're buying that crap, huh?
And let me ask you something, man. What you think that Love Lines would have ever gotten on the air, or someone would have the balls to do it if it wasn't for me? Setting it all up?
Radio for 14 years.
Who?
How long have we been on, you idiot?
Longer than that, but you weren't known 14 years ago.
Who was on? Wait a second. Love Lines was on the air for 14 years.
Yep, out here on K-Rock.
Yeah, bull.
I swear to you.
Yeah, it might have been on the air, but it probably was a serious advice show like Dr. Ruth. Come on. Let me hear the tapes from 14 years ago.
Dude,
that show would have been on fire if they had innovated anything. I know exactly what that show is.
That's right.
I know the history of radio, which is a dumb thing to know, but I know it.
I don't know.
Hey, man, I'm just honest, man. I don't see anybody doing anything original.
You should give it a chance.
Or some 12-year-old calls in and can't figure out how to perform fellatio. Which is when little kids listen to the radio. I love this whole idea that I'm the one corrupting little children when little children can't even listen to the radio unsupervised from 6 to 10 in the morning. It's 11 o'clock at night is when they're listening. Dude.
It's kind of adult.
Yeah, how old are you?
14.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's your favorite show.
I'm telling you that this...
It's not as good as Howard, but it's the only thing on it, mate.
Right. Okay, dude.
All right.
Gotta roll.
Bye.
14-year-olds listening to that. And trust me, man, it's very graphic. Very graphic. And it hasn't helped any... It's basically instructing teenagers how to give fellatio. That's what that show is. You know, hey, whatever. I mean, that's when my kids listen to the radio. They sneak in and listen to that crap.
Yeah, because you're busy. Everybody's doing their own
Or
thing.
asleep.
You're alone.
Yeah. My kids can't listen to my show because that's when my wife's around them and that's when they take the school bus. You know? This whole idea that that this show has to be regulated because of children is such a lie. They are throwing that lie around, and everything now, adults can't do anything because of children. We can't do anything. That's the government's excuse. Well, we're protecting children. Bull. You're not protecting any children. You can care less about protecting children. If you're protecting children, why don't you put some goddamn metal detectors in high schools? If you want to protect some children. That they won't do. You want to protect children, why don't you pay teachers some decent wages so we might get some good ones? Fortunately, the internet's come along. They're trying to wreck that, so that's good. Now they're trying to regulate that. They might forget about me if I'm lucky. But it's weird, man. Real weird. You're on the air.
Howard.
This is Dave from West Palm Beach.
Hey, Dave. Howard, what's up, man?
Right.
Hey, there's a station called 104.1 Real Radio.
Yep.
And there are both, one girl on there, she's a real yenter, and the station's just effed up altogether. Monday, when you were ranking on Jackie about his party.
Yeah.
You did the plugs, and then you kept going for another almost 15 minutes.
Right.
They cut it off 5 minutes before the show was over because I flipped back to 95.5, which is called The Outlaw. And I turned The Outlaw on, and you were still going. And I'm like, what the F's going on? You know what they were? They were waiting for you to go off the air so they could put the Russ and Bo show on. This is the problem when you have a network. But Howard, man, come on. I don't know. Don't you have people that stay on top of it, like monitor what goes on your...
No, how are we going to do that? I mean, you assume that the radio station is paying us to be their morning show. They would want to keep it on the air. That would make sense economically, but I can't monitor what's going on every station. That's why we have CIA holes.
Hey Howard, it's one other question. What was it?
By the way, do we have a CIA hole in West Palm?
You do now.
Yeah, maybe we didn't have one because that's one of the newer models.
All right, maybe I'll appoint you a CIA hole and send you a badge.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hey Howard. Hey, remember the last time you cut a commercial for They played it on the air where you cut a commercial that was like an out. What the hell? What could they say?
All right, I got to go.
Later.
All right. Guys, just it's taking too long. Okay, the author of How to Dump Your Wife is on the phone, Lee Covington.
Okay.
Lee is a woman, as far as I can tell, which is weird. I had no idea.
That's shocking.
That is shocking. This book is so direct.
Could women read it and reverse the information?
No. It's strictly a book for guys. It's sold. In fact, this book is sold. You know how I got it?
It's underground, isn't it?
It's an underground book. It's so filled with honesty.
Why were you reading it?
I don't know. Somebody told me about it.
Are you putting a plan into work?
Just in case my wife gets out of line. Oh, I have it on my bookshelf.
I'm just staring at her.
Yeah, just let her look at it.
The thread.
How to Dump Your Wife. And I mean, you know what?
Brutal, huh?
I don't normally have authors on, but this book was so right down to it. They understand guys in this book. Like, the book starts out, okay, you're one of three guys. You got a wife at home who either is really nice to you, but you want to dump her, all right? You're sick of her. All right.
She's great, but you're sick of her.
She's great, but you're sick of her. There's one way to get out of that marriage. Then you might have a wife who's a total shrew, which is harder to get out of the marriage. The nice wife is easier to dump.
Is that right?
Yeah, which surprised me. And then they talk about the psychology of dumping them, and then they tell you exactly how to hide your money and everything.
Oh, so that's how you get out of it without paying. You hide the money.
Well, they've got a whole plan. They say never get divorced until you get the whole plan in
so you keep your mouth shut while you're working this all out.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty goddamn wild. That's coming up in just a couple of seconds.
Midnight in Manhattan. Your car is parked on the street when two scumbags spot your vehicle. They're car thieves, but are they in for a big surprise? It's the Low Jackie Anti-Car Theft System. There's Low Jackie. Let's get out of here. If anyone tries to steal your car, the Low Jackie Anti-Theft Car System springs into action, playing samples of Jackie Martling's actual voice sound, which paralyzes the intruders with various head-splitting, eye-melting, brain-freezing, spine-shattering sounds. The invader will bolt immediately, trying to flee the area before the lame jokes start.
Oh, guy goes to skydiving lessons. It's very simple.
Black, Puerto Ricans, Jews, and Gentiles. No one can handle this sound. They can be full of heroin, liquor, hop, hash, white crosses. It doesn't matter. Jack's incredibly annoying utterances would chase the death. And as a bonus, if you order now for personal female security, it's the Robin Quiver third input prevention device. Guaranteed to let ladies know when your man is trying to use your exit as an entrance during sex. The Low Jackie Anti-Theft Car System and the Robin Quiver third input prevention device. Order now. Here's another sensitive male listener of the Howard Stern Show.
What are you looking at? Nothing. Don't you look at me. Oh, look at this. What are they? Don't say please, Dad. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, what's too soon? What's the matter? Give him back. What's the matter? Just a little red, that's all. Here, let me feel. Come here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was no listener. And it wasn't Cardinal O'Connor. But this is the Howard Stern Show. Set and begin. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Jesus Christ. Jackie the Joke Man Martling has two filthy and funny CDs. Sergeant Pecker and the Joke Man, only $12 plus $4 shipping and handling. Also on cassette, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday and Saturday, November 7th and 8th at the Riviera Hotel on the Strip in Las Vegas. For information and nasty jokes, visit jokeland.com. Okay, so here we go. This is Lee. Hold on.
This is the author.
Lee?
I'm here.
Hi, Lee Covington, who wrote How to Dump Your Wife. I read your book about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And it hasn't worked, no.
She's still there. Yeah, that book's been around for a while, right?
Yeah, a couple years.
Okay. I read your book, and I always thought you were a guy, and I said, man, this guy knows how to talk to other guys.
Really?
Yeah, I thought
That's a compliment.
Yeah, I always thought you were a guy, and it's
Why would you write a book like this as a woman?
Well, I wrote the book because it had to be said, you know. I mean, I'll tell you, I was with a guy. I fell in love with my true love, and he was going through a divorce from hell with an ex-wife from hell who had decided to destroy him. The courts were going right along with her and everything else. So I didn't want to write another book about what's wrong with America. So
right.
I said,
See, her boyfriend got clean. He got his clock cleaned by his wife, so they figured this all
so
out.
why not give some practical advice to some other guys so they don't have to go through that, or at least they have a leg up, you know, possibility.
All right.
What are these three types of women?
All right, well, let me get into this. Since I read the book, I'll get her into it. But, okay. So I thought your book was unbelievable because you say, okay, there are three types of situations, right?
Right,
Right. One guy is the guy married to a real sweetheart of a woman. Like someone who dotes on him and loves him like unbelievably, right?
Is that wife one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, she wants to stay married.
Right. Then there's wife two, who's a big pain in the ass, who's a bitch, and totally draining, right?
Right.
Okay. What's wife number 3?
Wife 3 is self-absorbed, self-righteous career woman with lots of friends and her own agenda.
Right. Now, it doesn't matter who you are. In any case, you want to just get rid of her.
And she's all for that, even if it's a good wife.
Yeah. And she says...
I say in the book a lot of times, there are a lot of good wives out there, and people make deals and shake hands and walk away from each other. This book is not for them. This book is for guys who have wives from hell, who want to destroy them.
Right.
Except for wife 1, who just won't let go.
Right. So, you see...
You still got to get rid of her, too.
See, guys who are listening to this understand this. Yeah, it's hard to get rid of wife 1, because she won't let go.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2 wives are going to kill you. They are going to destroy and wreck your lives.
Okay.
So the advice that Lee gives in the book is, okay, dudes, get your ass in financial order before you divorce them, but you also tell guys what to say. Now, let's say you got a wife at home. Let's say you got a wife at home who really loves you. She's just holding on. She's really sweet, Lee. How do you tell her you want to dump her?
Well, you blame it all on yourself, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that.
Right.
And, you don't really want to dump her if she's the perfect wife. There's something wrong with her, right?
Right.
I mean, you have to do the soul searching at the beginning of the book and figure out...
Maybe you're not even physically attracted to her anymore, right?
Yeah, your marriage is hell and you're bored and you just want true love in your life and you don't have it.
Right, and Lee even says...
Tell her that.
And Lee even says at the beginning of the book, hey, guys, if you're married to wife number 1, you're feeling guilty as hell.
Yeah.
You feel guilty. Your wife's been nice to you. She's a really nice woman. But so what? Just think about all the chicks you can go out with, and think about the dates and getting a new hand down your pants and everything.
No one does it unless they really want to go through hell for something better.
Right. So the point is, she goes, get over your guilt. Right? And how do you get over your guilt?
You got to get over it first on your own. You got to really make up your mind whether you're going to do this or not. And
right.
Then you have to say, do I have a right, to have a life, or is my life going to be, a prison cell for the rest of my life with no parole? So, you have to get over that.
What are you clapping for?
This woman is unbelievable.
What a noise.
What a noise.
What was that?
Whoa. Listen to this. So you're saying once you come to the decision that you're going to get a divorce, okay, if you
How do you do it? How
if
do
you got wife number 1 and she's loving, and we'll get to the other 2 wives in a second. You get to the loving, beautiful, wonderful wife, but you've decided for some reason you got to get out there and date.
You don't tell her that you want to find true love and that you're just sick of her.
That's the worst thing to say, right?
No, you try the big bribe on wife 1.
What do you
the
say?
Big bribe?
The big bribe. You can have everything. You can have everything I got, everything I'll ever have. I promise that I'll take care of you. I'll never abandon you. I'll always be in your life. I'll take care of the kids. I don't want anything from you. I just have to be on my own for a little while.
Now, you don't want to really do that.
What?
No, you don't really give her everything. You just tell her that.
Well, I got to say, in this book, a lot of times I say you do have to give up everything.
Right.
It's not free.
Yeah. In other words, you do have to give up a lot of money.
So she doesn't sugarcoat it for you.
So she's saying, hey, then...
It's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you.
Why?
But if you're a mailman, think of it this way. It ain't going to cost you that much.
I'll give you everything,
That's
which is nothing.
You're saying because wife number 1 deserves to be taken care of.
Yeah, you're not trying to stiff her, you're just trying to get away. You still have to pay.
Right. But you say on the other 2 wives, the total bitches, the ones who are self-absorbed, total C word I want to use here, you're saying there are ways to sort of hide your money.
First of all, if you've got a wife like number 2 who wants to destroy you,
describe number 2.
You have to hide your money, or she's going to take it all. You're going to end up on the sidewalk with a tin cup and a sad dog.
Right. You're talking about a real vicious bitch who can't understand that maybe you're just in love with somebody else.
That's right, and the courts go right along with it.
Right. They'll screw you.
You have to hide some money from her. You don't have to hide money from the first one.
Right, because you can come to some amicable agreement.
Yeah, you can work it out.
Right.
So how do you hide the money?
Yeah.
Well,
let's get to that. You got to read this book, man. How to Dump Your Wife. And I love the title.
Because it's a process, It's a convoluted.
Yeah, because usually your finances are all tied up, and she has access to all accounts and all that stuff.
Right.
That's why you need about 3 months to get prepared, get liquid.
All right, let's talk preparation.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can walk out with everything you ever earned or ever will earn. That's impossible.
Yeah, because she's going to notice if you take it off.
Because you want to sock away something on the side.
Absolutely, because everybody says, oh, it's half, community property. That's ridiculous. You can lose it all.
Wow.
That's what I tell guys. I mean, they call me from the steps of the courthouse, And I say, you know, you have to protect yourself because all that, the law is irrelevant. They'll take it all if they can.
Wow.
How do they do that?
Female judge.
What the wife doesn't take, the lawyers take.
Right. And that's so sad because that's so sad. A guy works his whole life.
And all of it's gone.
And all of it's gone. Aren't you better off killing your wife? Oh. Because then you only do, in a way, don't you only end up doing about 7 years?
And the lawyers are cheaper.
Yeah.
If she threatens to kill herself and she doesn't do it, I think you should sue her for breach of promise.
You've got all kinds of ways.
Lee Covington, man's best friend. Unbelievable. Hey,
So in the 3 months, what are you doing? That you're getting ready, and you're stocking away the money?
Finances?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a quickie.
It's not just your finances. You got to really get strong and prepare yourself emotionally and also the kids and all that. So you got to do all the research, find out everything you can about where you're going to live, you got to get your place. You don't want to just rush out the door with a shirt on your back and end up in some cheap hotel or on some friend's couch.
Right.
So you're already apartment shopping.
Know where you're going to live, what your address is going to be, what you're going to do about your phone, your voicemail, your job.
Wow.
Got to get everything.
You never think of these
So it's a smooth transition.
Yeah, you just walk out, you got a place to go.
Most guys are so nervous about getting the divorce that they just rush into it. Is that what you're saying, Lee?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then they come back the next day, the locks are changed, and they say, oh, no, now what? All my stuff is in there.
And what you're saying, Lee, is that if you don't prepare, you kind of look foolish and you're caught off guard. And the thing is that you're just so worried about getting the divorce.
But how do you move out your stuff without your wife?
Well, wait a second. You've been in prison for God knows how long. You might as well stay in prison for 3 more months to get yourself prepared.
Exactly. Don't rush into it, and don't tell all your friends and all that stuff. And don't
keep your mouth
declare your love for your girlfriend on national television.
Right. Just keep your mouth shut and get everything in order.
But how do you move out your stuff?
Well, what you do is she's saying you get the apartment, right? So, like, you go into your closet, you take out a few shirts, a couple of pair of pants the first time, right?
And your wife doesn't notice your closet dwindling?
Just a few things. And then when you make the split, it's like you don't have that much junk
you
left
wait
around.
till she's out of the house.
Right.
And then you tell her.
Exactly.
What do you tell her?
Well, it depends on what your wife is like.
Okay.
We have to talk about what your wife is like, how she's going to behave.
Okay, if your wife's a real total bitch and self-absorbed, and you know she's going to clean your clock, what do you tell her?
Rent a truck.
Run her over.
Out the place.
Right.
Tell her in a restaurant so she doesn't throw a cleaver at your head.
Cool. Hold on. Here, somebody wants to ask you a question. Richie, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Howard, how are you?
Go ahead.
Listen, I'd like to ask you something, the lady with the...
Yeah, go ahead. Just ask.
Okay, I have a problem where I have a functioning alcoholic wife.
Go ahead.
The problem is that if I go to do anything that you're suggesting for the other types of wives, all right, I feel that she's going to destroy not only me, but property that I have, when one day I'm not there and I'm at work.
Right.
Okay, and,
I got your point. Guy's got an alcoholic wife, figures, hey, man, she's going to go off the deep end. She can do anything, she can start destroying stuff. What does he do?
What do you do? Well, lock her in the basement. I don't know. I think that's rough. I think that's really rough. You gotta make a connection with some kind of a treatment so that you have evidence that she's undergoing treatment for alcohol.
Hey, Lee, I say he's got the best situation. You know why?
Why?
He's got a guilt-free thing. He's got to leave. She's an alcoholic. He can't take it.
Hey, that's a disability.
Right.
Get this, I was thinking like there's no sex involved for the past 3 years.
Dude, get out.
That's one as far as alienation of affections, right?
Right.
Second thing is like she could come home one day and be sort of kind of nice, but not, there's like something like an overhang,
Right.
And then the very next day, for some little thing like maybe a little extra ash on a cigarette, pisses her off.
She's a bitch.
And she drives you up the wall like you would not believe.
So, dude, get out. You got a girlfriend yet?
What's that?
You got a girlfriend?
Well, the reason why I don't is because I feel if I did and she ever found out, not only would she kill me, but she might kill the other girl. I don't want to have the two deaths on my hands.
Yeah, what I would do is, man, I would do what Leah's saying in wife number 2 scenario.
Right.
I'd start moving into the apartment, get everything out of there,
back up the truck,
take everything out of there, and then just file for divorce.
Right.
Protect yourself. Hide some money.
Hide some money. You could hide it from her. She's loaded.
You want to know? This woman here is the type, like, say, she did, like, I like to do things. I like to help a woman out. Like, I don't mind doing dishes. I'm like Howard. I don't mind helping my wife doing things. All right? I don't mind making beds. I don't mind sweeping floors.
You ain't like me, then.
I was going to say, what Howard are you talking
What Howard are you talking about?
Well, I do that. Now, if I do, like, just say the dishes, now, if there happens to be one spot on a glass...
Dude, listen to me. Listen to me. You're already at the point that you need the divorce. You better just listen to Lee. She's telling you, back up the truck, get all your goddamn stuff out of there.
Take your dishes with your spots and get out of there.
Just do it already.
And she won't eat, to this...
But don't do it today. Just, 3 months, get your money in order.
Get this, where I work, I have HIPAA's, like, benefits, right? And they have programs where people can go and get, alcoholic treatment or whatever else. This woman is also, she's on Buspar and Dilantin.
Hey, dude.
We know you're in hell.
Get out. We're ready. Dump her. Dump your wife.
Hey, Jackie, do you want to?
Sounds like a perfect girl for Jackie.
Really.
What's she on again?
Buspar and Dilantin.
Hey, Jackie. Perfect. All right, thanks, dude. This is Dave. Dave, you're on with Lee Covington, the author of How to Dump Your Wife.
Good morning. How are you, the both of you?
Hey.
Listen, I'm married to wife number one. Perfect wife. Everyone thinks she's great. She's nice to everyone. But when it comes to sex, I think in the 4.5 years I've been married to her, I think maybe a dozen times, and I think 9 of them were consensual rape.
Ooh.
Dump your wife. Dump your wife, right, Lee?
It doesn't sound like she's the perfect wife to me.
She's a great mother. She turns over all the finances. I handle all the finances, and everything works nice.
She's
but when
frigid,
it comes,
right?
Huh?
She's frigid?
She's frigid, yeah.
Yes. She hates it. I don't know if she was raped by her dad when she was younger, but
never marry a girl who was raped by her dad. Right, Lee? Right?
Have you tried to loosen her up a little?
I have tried killing her with kindness, affection,
dude,
everything imaginable that a woman would want.
Lee, that's wife number one, right? So what he's got to do is just split up with her amicably.
Sure, take care of her and...
Haven't you ever told her you really need sex and you got to get out of this?
Oh, I've told her that I need not only the sex act, but just the intimacy of being close.
And what does she say?
She says she can't do it.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Gotta go.
Out and Z. And I know what you're feeling guilty, right, dude?
I feel very guilty because I think...
Well, you know what Lee says to do in her book? Keep concentrating on the party you're going to have once you get out.
Well, I kind of told her I'm not going to play around behind her back. I told her out front, I'm going to go out and get a girlfriend.
And what'd she say?
It's like, it doesn't even faze her.
You got to get out of that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Take her off the hook.
She's happy with what I've done for her, built her a beautiful home, the whole 9 yards, took her out of poverty.
Lee, I'm saying in this guy's situation, why not just get the girlfriend and keep the wife?
Well, it depends on if he wants true love in his life, maybe he wants the whole shebang.
Yeah, why should the girlfriend who's actually giving him what he wants never have him?
All right, dude, there you go.
Thank you very much, Howard.
All right, man. Just got to get up the courage to tell her, that's all.
Well, I think I'm done. I just got to get act on it now.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. A lot of guys out there, man. I'm telling you, I read this book. I said, this book could sell.
I didn't realize there were so many guys out there suffering.
The only mistake I made with this book is I should have bought the rights to it and then sold it. I could have made a fortune.
They're trapped. They're trapped in bad marriages. No one wants to give them a way out.
Right. Well, you sure do. Yes.
What do you do in a situation where you have a wife that's like a combination of all three?
Tell us a little bit about her. How could she be all three?
She's a schizo.
I think she's schizo. Did somebody say schizo?
Yeah.
What do you got? You got some kids?
No kids.
Okay. You got how long you married?
6 years.
All right, 6 years. She can be real nice to you and real sweet and loving. Then all of a sudden she becomes a total bitch.
Right.
Self-absorbed.
Well, here's the other thing. She also she can hang that over my head because I've got my faults, and what she does is she says, I love you with such intensity and that I do everything and I take care of you and yet you don't treat me the same way. But then there's times that she's such a raving bitch that you want to just kill her. You want to get violent almost.
But do you want to leave her? Do you want to just, get rid of her and get someone new, or do you want to just deal with it?
Well, here's the thing. I think there's better things out there. There's a better life out there.
Right. You want to get rid of her.
So we're into...
See, he's feeling guilty, too.
See, a lot of guys can't say they want to get rid of their wives. They feel bad saying it.
But here's the other thing.
Women are encouraged, but men are,
Right.
I feel real sorry for her,
Well, yeah, but you want to have...
Well, do you want to be her caretaker all of your life, or do you want to have a life of your own?
Well, here's the other thing now. We're talking about a woman who is pretty much alone in the world. She lost her parents.
Lee, this is typical, right? This is a guy who won't think of his own happiness.
Massive guilt trip.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
what do you say, Lee, what do you say to a guy like that? What do you say to a guy like that?
I say, it shouldn't be like prison, If you're unhappy, you got to take steps.
But what do you do?
You can make it up to her.
How could you?
Pay her a lot of money.
Well,
he doesn't have a lot.
Well, whatever he's got.
Whatever whatever you can do, you know. But you can't sacrifice your life for someone if you're going to be miserable. That's no way to live. You only have one chance to go around.
Well, I'm not doing her any good being miserable, right?
Right.
Hey, isn't this woman great?
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
listen to these guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
They're unhappy.
They're unhappy, but they feel,
wait till they
religious
get
guilt. Don't they feel a lot of religious guilt and stuff like that? Or their parents have
Yeah, are you afraid your parents will be disappointed in you? Or
Yeah.
something?
But you know what? You also want to you worry about how they're going to deal with it mentally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You'll get over it.
Yeah, believe me, you're not that hot. A lot of guys also can't bear to think that their wives are going to go out and get other guys, right?
That doesn't bug me that much, believe it or not.
Really?
Because you know what? It would be, for me, anyway, personally, it would be an out. It would be a good reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe you got to kill her, kill her parents, and kill her grandparents.
How many parents are gone already?
Oh, she's alone.
Parents are gone.
No, here's the deal. So, Lee,
Yeah.
this is like most of the guys, right? You say this in your book. Most of you guys want out, but you feel too guilty to get out.
Yeah, the guilt is a big thing. But, you know, if they're suffering from guilt, wait till they start suffering from divorce court. It's nothing compared to that. You
So
know,
what do you do in divorce court?
What?
How do you get out of that?
What, divorce court?
You got to go through it.
You got to go through it.
So that's some hell you're going to just have to go through.
Isn't it worth it, though?
That takes care of the guilt once you get into the divorce.
Yeah, then you don't feel so bad.
Cure for guilt is the divorce court.
Yeah, it goes right away.
Later. Thanks.
Okay, dude.
Bye.
Right. Well, anyway, the book is called How to Dump Your Wife.
Well, there's an answer. If you're feeling guilty, get into divorce court.
Right.
Take care of it.
So how do you? I guess this book is ordered. You don't see it in regular bookstores, do you, Lee?
You know, a lot of booksellers won't carry it. They won't touch it. You know, they turn green. They say, "Oh, I'm politically opposed to that."
Right.
You know, there was one guy in Illinois. He really needed it, man. You know, the court was giving his whole company to his ex-wife, and
Wow.
the woman at Barnes and Noble wouldn't even order it for him. I had to send him one directly. You know.
The way I got a hold of it is through some weird underground press.
Yeah.
You know those? You know that place that sells books on like how to build bombs and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
How to Dump Your Wife. They sell that too.
Oh,
It's the only way to get
That's as inflammatory as building a bomb.
Maybe worse. Let's see.
But I have an 800 number. That can...
All right, we'll give that in a second. Reggie, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, what's going on?
Dude.
Oh, my wife's crazy. I need this lady's book.
Yeah, well, a lot of guys do. Well, why is she crazy?
What's your wife doing?
My wife? Oh, God. Everything I do, she thinks I'm cheating on her, but I'm not. She's 9 months pregnant.
Go ahead.
And whatever I do, it's crazy.
You want to get out, right?
Not really, but it's just I'm trying to prove to her that I'm not cheating on her.
Yeah.
But everything I do, she thinks I'm cheating. Like today, I let her sister borrow the car, and her sister came home. She gave the car back. She gave me $5 for the car.
Well, you must be one hot stud if your wife thinks you're getting that much action.
Well, she thinks I'm doing everybody.
Really?
I'm not.
Oh, God.
Because all I do, I go to work, I come home, and I'm home all day.
Too bad we can't leave our penises at home, and that would prove to our wives that we're not cheating.
You know
Well,
what,
I
though?
wish I
This
could do
guy,
something to just let my wife know that I'm home all the time.
this guy has a big problem because
I
you
have a-
can't leave a pregnant woman.
You can't?
I know. That's
Why
the
not?
only
I know a lot of guys who do.
But, I mean, you're going to be a pariah in society.
Yeah, that only lasts for a while. I know a guy.
She says it's the baby that's making her act this way.
Oh,
Was
really?
she better before?
Wait till it comes out.
Oh, God.
Oh.
She's going to be worse.
Well, I hope not, because this is driving me crazy. Like,
Lee, what should this guy do? Should he just wait to see?
Tell her if she doesn't stop it, she is going to be left high and dry, and she better get her act together.
Nice.
well, I tell her
She
everything.
will.
I tell her everything.
Did you
that-
tell her what Lee just said? You didn't tell her that.
Why are you trying to prove that you're not doing something you're not doing?
Well, that's all I'm trying to prove to her. I'm not doing nothing. All I'm doing is going to work, coming home.
Just tell her what Lee just said, man.
Huh?
Just do what Lee just said. Tell her she better get her act together, or you're gonna dump her.
That's right. Show her the book. Say, look.
That'll whip her into shape.
Stop this.
That's how
How can I get the book?
That's how you deal with kids. That's how you deal with your children. You got to go. You got to say to them, look, kids, either you do it this way, or you're in trouble.
Well,
So
how
your
can I
wife
get
is
this
now one of
book?
your children?
Yeah, she's like a child. Your wife.
Well,
She's a psycho, man. Get rid of her. Zach, go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Dude.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I need a copy of this book.
All right, how do we get the book? Lee, go ahead. Give your number.
Okay, 1-800.
Yes.
444-2524.
444-2524.
Yeah. It's a short book. I should really get 15%, but I'm gonna pass on that. It's a short book. She lays it out for you. You can read it in about an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not married, but I need to prepare myself.
Oh, you getting married?
Not married.
No, I'm not getting married at all, but I've had girlfriends in the past where I don't want to break up because I don't want to hurt them.
Right, dude, I guarantee you,
That's a pain in the ass.
you read this book, you'll never get married.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you.
All right, maybe that'd be the best thing.
Fred wallpapered his office with the book. It's unbelievable. His wife won't set foot in there. It's one of those books you got to hide from your wife, too, because I keep my copy, hidden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want my wife seeing that. Just in case she gets out of line, I got to consult it.
She'll know all your tricks.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Randy, quick, go ahead. Or is this John? John, go ahead.
Yeah, John Howard, how you doing?
Go ahead.
Lee. Hey, listen, I got my wife and kid. She's from a different country, and she's a pain in my ass. She's a real bitch.
Right.
Now, what the hell am I supposed to do? Because I don't want to leave the kid, and if I dump her, she's going to take the kid and be in the other country, and I won't be able to get to see him.
Lee, any advice?
Nah, custody's a real bum deal for the father. 95% of the time, you're going to lose. You got to try to fight for it, do whatever you can, but the chances of her getting the kid are really strong.
So, Lee, what you're saying is, hey, so what? So forget about the kid.
You got to cut your losses.
Right.
See, you can cut my loss.
Yeah.
No, fight for it, anyway.
But, fight for it, then that would be me being a real dick about,
Lee, doesn't it cost a fortune to fight for your kid? Why not just use that as a bartering thing to get more dough?
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you can, but you can't just give up at the outset. You have to try for it.
Well,
if you really want it, if you want it full time.
But realistically, he won't win that one.
I'm
And
pretty
actually,
sure
he won't win.
Yeah, he won't
What
win.
country is she from?
What?
I'm up Bass River without a paddle.
What country is she from?
Finland.
Finland.
Well, you might get her. Because maybe she'll get some stupid attorney.
He doesn't really want the kid. He just doesn't want her to leave the country with the kid.
Right.
Exactly. I don't want the kid every day. I want to visit him, but it's gonna cost me $1,000 every time I want to visit him.
Yeah. Well, maybe you could get somewhere with that if you work with the lawyers.
Maybe with your new girlfriend, you'll make some more kids. You forget about that first one. His email.
I hear you.
All right, dude.
Thanks, Al.
All right. Sheila, go ahead.
Hi. I was wondering, why does this book only pertain to men? Why couldn't a woman be in a similar position and get some information out of the book as to hide her assets, and to, just a similar thing?
Yeah.
There are hundreds of books for women like that.
Yeah, this is for guys. Stay out of
It's
this.
the one book for guys.
Yeah.
I haven't found any books on how to hide your assets for women.
Oh, please. They're all over the
They
place.
always tell a woman right away to lock up the bank accounts, clean them out.
That's right. All right?
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Please. A book for women. Women got the whole divorce thing going beautifully.
You know what? You can't choose a book you want. There's too many.
Yeah.
The choices are too great.
Please, you can't even find Lee Covington's book on a bookshelf because it's for guys.
Yeah, and there are hundreds of books like
You
that.
got to order it through. I had to get it.
Oprah hasn't ever done a show like this.
No.
None of them have ever picked up this topic.
As a matter of fact, I had to get Lee's book in a brown paper bag. Believe it or not. That's how somebody handed it to me.
But listen to these men. They're crying in pain, and nobody's listening.
Oh, Lee's listening. Randy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, quick.
How you doing, Howard?
All right, man.
I'm getting a divorce over a dog and a cat. I was diagnosed with, I'm going to end up with asthma if I don't get my house clean. My wife isn't too much of a house cleaner, and she's an alcoholic, so I already filed, and I'm on a roll to get my children, custody of my children in my home.
All right, well, you're on a roll.
But right now I see that
you don't even need the book.
And myself is not worth the love for my wife to keep me there, and so she'd rather get rid of me and keep the dog and the cat.
Who's vacuuming right now?
I'm doing a lot of work right now.
Oh, all right. Hey, Lee, this guy's got the right attitude, right?
Yeah, I didn't even cover pets.
I'm not stopping. I took care of the monies. I've locked everything down. She almost put us in financial ruin. We were 2 months behind on everything as far as our house payment and our bills, and I didn't realize that I was walking around with $5 in my pocket every week.
Oh, there you go. So this guy's got it all. This guy's basically a perfect person, right?
Exactly.
I'm trying to be a perfect father.
I see.
I don't do drugs. I'm educating myself. I got a year left for my associate's degree. And I'm not stopping, and I'm not letting a woman take me down.
All right, thanks, man. There you go. Good for you.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah, dude.
WRF sucks. You rock.
Thank you.
You take care.
What do you meant by that?
There's another radio station.
All right, man. Well, there you go, Lee. You have tapped into something very big.
I'm shocked.
Oh, yeah. It's sad, isn't it?
I didn't know there was this much pain out there.
Oh, yeah. If she takes you through chapter by chapter.
It's helpful. It really is, because no one will tell you this stuff.
Give some of the chapter headings. Do you have the book in front of you, Lee?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just see how she does it in an orderly fashion. What's the first chapter called?
Step by step.
Right.
Think back. Were you trapped?
Go ahead.
first things first, hello and goodbye guilt,
Right.
with or without a girlfriend. Hide your money.
There are two types of guys who have a girlfriend and guys who don't have a
Yeah,
girlfriend.
you have to do it different ways depending on that.
Well, what happens if you have a girlfriend? What do you have to do?
Well, you have to try to keep her in the closet, try to keep her secret, and you can move in with her, because that's the whole point, but you have to do things a little bit differently.
So it's good to have a girlfriend because then you got a place to go once you tell your wife you're leaving.
Yeah, it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
The courts hate it, but, it's helpful not to be all alone.
Right.
Hide your money, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
What about your kids?
Right.
That's a sad, serious chapter.
Right.
Prepare to unload.
That's when you tell?
Yeah. That's the big day. Breaking the news, bribing your wife.
Who's that dead?
It's a wild book. It really is. Odessa, go ahead.
Yeah, she sounds like a lonely cleanup woman that's just waiting for any situation that's going awry a little bit so she could get in.
Well,
She told the man to leave his pregnant wife. Everybody knows pregnant women act weird when they're pregnant,
well, maybe they shouldn't.
but they can't help it. It's their hormones.
Yeah, well,
Well, let's see if they can help it.
get a grip on your life. Yeah.
We all have problems.
Hey, guy has to go to work every day. A guy has to go to work every day and get yelled at by his boss. You don't see us reacting all
But
weird.
wait a minute.
You know what? You don't fire him, do you? Because you need him, right?
Wait a minute. A lot of those pregnant women work, and they don't act up at work.
There you go. And they get home and they...
Have you ever been in that position? Have you ever been a pregnant married woman?
Yes.
I have.
Lee has.
You,
You
Howard.
know what?
What?
She's trying to drive her husband out of her life.
Right.
Self-destructing. She's destroying her own marriage.
No, the baby's doing that. The baby's kicking around hormones.
Come on.
About that.
Don't blame it on the baby.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Waiting with your cupped hands and so you can leave the house right into your hands?
Hey, honey, don't get all threatened by this.
Did somebody leave
I'm
you?
not threatened.
You must have gotten dumped. You must have gotten dumped.
No, I didn't get dumped. But if I get dumped, I'll tell my husband where to go.
Oh, God.
She must be a pig.
Oh, I'll go
Yeah,
on with my
pig.
chapters here.
She's probably a pig who got dumped.
I didn't get dumped, Howard.
Did you act crazy while you were pregnant?
No, I didn't change very much.
Hey, Lee, I bet the last three words of this book are "start the party," right?
You know what the last chapter's called?
What?
Young women all over you.
Yes. Yeah. Well, hey, listen, the book is called How to Dump Your Wife. It's by Lee Covington. If you want to get a copy of it, the number is
800.
Go ahead.
444-2524.
There you go.
Good luck.
There you go. Can't do any better than that. Thanks, Lee.
Thank you.
Well, it certainly was a rousing
Session, yeah.
session.
We learned a lot. I'm shocked that nobody's ever done a show like that. That's exciting and interesting.
Hell yeah, it's exciting.
Who's the guy everyone wants to meet?
I'd like to take a bet on how many books we just sold for that woman. It's probably like, I bet you can't even get through on the phone line.
I was going to say, we were clogged with calls, weren't we?
Yeah, I got to see something. Hold on a second. I forget what the number is.
What, 1-800-444-2524?
Would you write it down? What are you getting, a divorce?
Yes. Whose ideas do other radio stations
guys should steal it. Don't give Howard any credit when he's the one who thought of him in the first place.
What'd you say, Gary?
I said I never saw somebody so confident in her product.
Yeah, well, it's a great product. I read the book.
He's been there.
Merciless.
Yeah. Well, hey, you got to be merciless. Talking about war. What's the number?
800-444-2524.
You can't even dial out.
Dial 9 first, Howard, depending on what line you're on.
44.
444-2524. Yep, there
What I
you
tell
go.
you, woman's making money hand over fist. It's pretty wild.
Howard Stern Show.
So,
A decent, nice, down-to-earth Jewish young man.
I got so much stuff going on. All right. She's real confident in her product. Well, you read the book, man. She really talks to you.
Did you ever imagine that a woman could be that ruthless on that subject?
No, I had no idea. I thought it was written by a guy, and I went, "Wow, this guy."
Because even when you were talking about it, you said this guy is ruthless.
Yeah, and it's a woman. The hell, man, traitor to her own sex.
A man who lies to his children and tells them he's a Harvard professor. Dr. Howard Stern.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now.
Come on.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey, on E tonight, Gary.
Hey now.
Gary's on the E show tonight.
Papa Bowie. Papa Bowie.
What's he doing?
Papa Bowie.
I didn't know that. Whatever he's doing, you won't want to miss it.
Papa Bowie.
Oh, no, that's not Gary. It's the guy who sleeps with dolphins is on the E show tonight.
Oh, I thought you said that yesterday.
Must be part 2.
Oh.
Guy Sleeps with Dolphins was it last night, so this must be part 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those dolphins are good. All right, David, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
I'm about 30 seconds away from doing Sternak, so hurry up.
All right.
Haven't done it in a while, Robin. I know you love Sternak.
Oh, yes.
And even
my
Ed,
favorite bit.
and Ed McMahon is even here to help us out. What is that, Ed?
All right. I just finished Private Parts about 2 weeks ago, and I just finished Miss America last night.
Right.
I found Private Parts to be funnier than Miss America, although both of them are good. Which one was your favorite? Which one did you have more fun writing?
I had more fun writing Miss America.
You did?
Yeah. Private Parts was hard to write because it was the first time I'd ever done it, and I was like all nervous that I wouldn't know how to do it. Each of them were really hard to write. That was the hardest thing I'd ever done.
No fun at all?
No fun at all. I mean, to say one was fun or more fun than the other, none of it was fun. There were times during writing Miss America I was really laughing hard because I was just being so outrageous and so ridiculous. Like the stuff I wrote about my wife's birthday party and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just having so much fun writing that. And
That
Michael.
part was hilarious too. But in Private Parts, I love the prayer for cancer. That was just totally hilarious.
Yeah, and then the Michael Jackson chapter I wrote in 3 days. Not even 3 days. I mean, I wrote it so fast. It was easy. And also the cybersex one, I had an erection during the entire time I wrote it.
And then you had to do the research for that.
Yeah. So it was more fun, I guess, writing Miss America. But it's hard. It's hard.
Well, I guess my next.
I mean, the most fun about writing both books was Judith Reagan almost raped me during both of them. So that was kind of cool.
Oh, well, I guess my next book has to be Quivers of Life, since I have a lot of time reading now.
Yeah.
Howard,
Go for that. That's a good book, too.
Why don't you let me play the homeless game, and then I'll do this. I'll win the tickets for the homeless game.
I actually had the most fun writing Quivers of Life. I didn't want to tell you that I wrote that as well. All right, dude. We're not playing the homeless game now. I'm going to do Sternak.
Well, what I want to do is I want to hold for the game, and then what I'll do is, if I win the tickets, I'll read the book, Lee's book, and then 3 months from now, I'll go ahead and, drop the bomb.
All right,
You're married.
Yeah,
okay.
who cares?
I love you, Robin.
Hey, before I get to Sternak, I got to play you this tape. This is great. Ted Turner had a press conference the other day, okay? Hey, this is stuff you never hear. I don't know why the news media doesn't pick up on this.
What did he do?
I want you to listen to this and then explain to me afterwards why the news media doesn't pick up on this.
All right, if I can, I will do that for you.
I dig Ted Turner because, like, Ted
Could
Turner.
it be that he's a very powerful man if he's doing something embarrassing?
But this is wild. I mean, maybe it's because news people want to get jobs with him or something.
Right.
But
He owns a whole network.
or maybe he's just so insane that, like, when you hear the ravings of a lunatic, you just don't pay any attention.
But we don't hear the ravings of a lunatic.
He was talking about how minorities, how hard it is to be a minority because he is one of the most oppressed minorities.
He?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you got to hear this. Well, wait a second. I'm going to play this for you now. All right, you ready?
What minority group does he belong to?
Listen, just listen to this and tell me this isn't insane.
Well, I mean, there's been, we've suffered from discrimination. I've just suffered from discrimination all my life. And there's no greater minority on this planet than white Anglo-Saxon descendant males. When I was born 50 years ago, the descendants of Europeans accounted for about 20% of the people on the planet. And in 50 years, we've gone down to 1/10 of the people on the planet. The percentage, because we haven't been breeding as fast as the Asian or African and other South American Hispanic cultures. So we white people have to be extremely nice. And CNN was discriminated against in many ways. I'm used to it all my life, and that's why I identify with minorities so well. I feel real.
People laugh.
Yeah, they think he's joking.
They think he's kidding. He just made an argument that white Anglo-Saxon Protestants are minorities and are abused people. Oppressed. I mean, they're the most privileged people on the planet.
He's rolling in dough and he feels oppressed. I would like to go bitch slap him.
Isn't that wild, though? Isn't that funny? Isn't that kind of funny?
Man.
I mean, technically, he's right. I mean, probably white people are...
But oppressed?
Yeah, the smallest minority, but they're not certainly oppressed. I mean, if anything, they're in a pretty powerful position. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's terrible having all that power.
No wonder that nut Jane Fonda gets along with him, right?
There you go. They must see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
One cock eye to another.
Right. Girls keep calling in and they say, our breasts aren't big enough. Could I play that tape again for them?
Your breasts are enlarging more and more with every beat of your heartbeat. Your breasts are continuing to enlarge in all directions, becoming larger and larger. Feel your breast enlarging. Know it to be true, and it is so. The fatty tissue in your body is like a big bottle pouring out warm or hot liquid into two other bottles.
Ed McMahon's breasts are growing.
A wonderful feeling envelops your body as you allow your breasts to grow and enlarge more and more. The gentle rays of the sun warming your
All right, enough of that. All right, let's do Sternak. You ready?
They're talking too fast.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're supposed to be asleep and you're absorbing all that.
Oh, it's the sleep tape.
Yeah, close your eyes and listen to this. I think that's when you listen to it. That's why they have all those waves going in the background. I could not sleep through any of that. I mean, how can you sleep
with all that
racket going on?
More and more, causing your breasts to
My wife rolls over, I wake up.
enlarge more and more. You have exposed your breasts totally to the gentle warming rays of the sun, so that both breasts are totally absorbed by the warmth of the sun. Your breasts becoming larger and larger. The warmth is causing them to grow larger.
Hey, what's this I hear? You haven't given your new boyfriend anal sex yet?
What?
That's what Jackie tells me.
Like that's an announcement.
Well, evidently you announced it yesterday.
I did not announce anything yesterday.
You flipped out?
Somebody said something to me, and Jackie said, "Oh, that sounds like an admission." And I don't even remember what it was I said. And I said, "Well, you're sadly mistaken. That has not happened."
Well, here's what I understand. Here's what I understand so far. He's tried to get it, but you rejected it.
No.
You have rebuffed it, right? Is that right? Is that what you said?
That's exactly. She's
I
backpedaling
never
right
said
now.
rebuff.
Amy Lynn said, so has what's the status of your, relationship? And she said, he hasn't put the question yet. I said, what question is that? Will you flip over? And she said, oh, no, he's asked that, but I haven't done it. That question, he's there.
I'm joking around with Jackie.
I'm saving something for marriage.
Oh, please.
You're saving that for marriage?
I'm
Is that
not
true?
saving anything for anything.
But you have said to me that when a man gets you hot enough, you open up in other areas.
She doesn't even know it.
Yeah, she doesn't even know it. She's like she goes, I don't even know what, it just happens. I don't even know it's happening.
Have your way with me.
But you see, like when I did it with my wife, it was a whole discussion and easing into.
And that's what he does. He discusses it.
Too much.
There's no discussion.
So he's not as good as that guy who did it to you in.
Excuse me, that's not the case.
The guy who got you in San Francisco, I believe it was where it occurred. Because everything with the buttocks goes on in San Francisco. Maybe it's just being in San Francisco. Or wasn't it, in fact, Where was it? Where was it?
Now I've got your attention. Look at you.
It wasn't San Francisco?
No, it was not.
Where was it? Where was the guy with the sink? Ohio was the guy with the sink?
No.
That was San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
And with the guy in San Francisco, because that's the one I'm most familiar with,
Yes.
it happened, and you didn't even know what was happening.
Right.
Right. And you're saying in order for that to happen in your sex life, a man has just got to be able to get you so hot.
Her head has to swim.
Yeah, because you told me that. A man's got to get you so hot that you're like, what? You're out of your mind. You're right. I can't imagine what goes on in that bedroom.
Oh, man.
I mean, to get you that out of control, I mean, what do you must be like wild.
Hurricane.
Like a hurricane.
Howard.
Yeah, it's like a tornado.
Yeah,
One thing to get
but very few men have ever whipped you into that kind of shape. So, in fact, your own boyfriend has not been able to whip you into that kind of shape.
I wouldn't say he hasn't. He just
Right.
hasn't.
Done it that way.
No.
You mean
The
he
other
asked
guy got
permission,
her that wild in 5 minutes in a bathroom.
and she hardly knew him.
Well, she knew him for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. You knew him for 10 minutes.
I knew him for several hours.
All right, let's be clear on that.
Rewrite history.
No, it was several hours we stood there
We
and
walked
talked.
up the street, down the street, and then...
So the guy hasn't whipped you into that kind of frenzy yet.
No, I did not say that.
It's just that he doesn't take you when you're in that frenzy. He asks.
Doesn't want to do that.
And if a man asks you,
We're sitting up talking
Right.
when that comes up.
Oh,
It's not about
right.
being anywhere. I mean, you said it on the phone a couple of times.
Oh.
It hasn't been.
I see. Not in the midst of lovemaking.
No.
If he wanted it, he could have it.
I don't know anything.
Right.
Wrong approach. Oh.
I just like to learn from you. You've taught me a lot about sex over the years. You actually have.
Jackie.
Little do I know that you didn't even know about fellatio. And I'm listening to you.
But you still learned something.
Right, all right. I got my Sternak hat on now.
God, what is that?
What is that?
It's like your breast grew.
I know. I've got a big hat on. I'm going to be Sternak now. I'm going to see how this works.
We have an Ed McMahon. Shouldn't he be?
Yeah, Ed McMahon should be reading that.
Yes.
That's right, yes.
Could
What
somebody
happened?
come get this?
Oh.
No. Ed McMahon should introduce me.
Absolutely.
There we go. A little try here. A little entertainment for you this morning. A little Sternak bit. Haven't done
What,
this
does
in a
your
while.
head grow? You can't get your hat on.
I can't get it over my headphones. I got a big turban over my head. All right, here's Ed. Ed's going to introduce me.
And now, from a place so depressing, so glum, so absolutely full of despair, that's right, Scott the engineer's house since he quit smoking, comes a man with a weenie invisible to the naked eye and a neck the size of a straw. Hell, hell, a man so frustrated as he is famous. A man who has done for acting what Quaaludes have done for social disease. It's Sternak the Impossible. And now, here's Sternak.
Yeah, Bim Salah Bim. Whoa, I fell over the steps. What I do every time I start this bit. May your wife refuse to watch sex training videos. May your grandson set fire to you. I have in my hand the first envelope.
The envelope.
What?
The envelope says.
Shut up, you big fat slob.
You bet.
You've been listening to too many breast hypnotism tapes. You've got a C cup. May Marv Albert teethe on your back. Imus, a repaired vacuum cleaner, and Robin Quivers.
Imus.
Excuse me, what?
Stop.
Oh, you want to go this way? Okay, all right. Oh, sorry. We're not going in the wrong. Okay, here we go. I'll begin again.
Take two.
Sorry, oh great one.
May Al Rosenberg call you twice a day for work.
That's not funny.
All right, here we go. The 15-year-old Howard Stern.
The 15-year-old Howard Stern. 15 years old, Howard Stern.
15-year-old Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, 15 years old.
Name the one person who has Name the one person who has gotten laid less times than the grown-up Howard Stern. Shut up, Ed. All right, here we go. Jupiter, a 61 Volkswagen, and Rosie O'Donnell's ass.
Jupiter, a 61 Volkswagen, and Rosie O'Donnell's ass.
Very good, Ed.
Donald's ass. Volkswagen. 61.
Name 3 things bigger than Rosie O'Donnell's head. May a hit movie about your incredibly successful life not improve your outlook one goddamn iota. Shut up, Ed.
Okay.
May Tom Chiasano be an integral part of your day-to-day existence.
There's a blessing.
Garth Brooks live in Central Park.
Garth Brooks live in Central Park. Central Park, Garth Brooks live.
What would you not see if Garth Brooks walked through Central Park late at night? Thank you. Bim salabim. May your show spend more time on the pronunciation of serial killer Cunanan's name than on his crime. May the greatest events in your producer's life be off limits on the air. Robin Radzinski and To Get a Tan.
Robin Kaczynski and To Get a Tan. Robin Radzinski.
Robin Radzinski.
Robin Radzinski. I'm an old man.
And To Get a Tan.
And To Get a Tan.
All right. Robin Radzinski and To Get a Tan.
Yes, what would
that name and get a tan.
Name 3 great reasons to go to a Greek beach. So inside. All right, here you go. The next envelope.
What?
Shut up, Ed. He's distracting me. May you pay to pee in a diaper. Fred Norris.
Fred Norris. Norris. Fred Norris.
He could be the answer to something?
Name all of the people you have ever met or heard of who have changed their name for no apparent reason. Fred Norris.
Fred Norris.
Right. May you shell out $12 million for an ineffective yellow pitcher. DVD. How does Steve Grillo spell Hanukkah? I left my hat on that one.
You're not even... It's backwards, Karnak.
No, is it? Cernak. Cernak is edgier than Karnak. May Melanie Griffith lure you into a movie that disappears. A recording studio, the Grand Canyon, and Tom Chiasano's head.
A recording studio, the Grand Canyon, and Tom Chiasano's head. Chiasano's head.
Name 3 places where you can hear an echo. A fag potato, Andrew Cunanan Sphincter, and Scott D. Pace.
Wait a minute. Okay. A fag potato, Andrew Cunanan Sphincter, and Scott Your fingers are covering it, oh great ones. And got to tape.
I'm not even going to read this. It's ridiculous. Name a homo tater, a homo crater, and a homo hater. Ridiculous. All right, finally, I hold in my hand the last envelope.
Good.
Final question, oh great one.
Final question. May you have one penis, one wife, and no life. May Fred Norris call you at home. May your producer be as worthless as Bob Dole's right arm.
What is the final answer?
What?
What is the final answer?
I'm looking at Ed. He's incredibly out of shape. And he's turning red as he laughs. Yeah. May your unprecedented radio contract have no clause about climate control in your studio. Hey-oh. May your screen wife and your real wife both get knocked up by the same key grip. All right, here we go. Our last envelope. Imus, a repaired vacuum cleaner, and Robin Quivers.
Imus, a repaired vacuum cleaner, and Robin Quivers. Quivers.
Imus, a repaired vacuum cleaner, and Robin Quivers.
Robin Quivers. Repaired vacuum cleaner.
Name something that always sucked and two things that suck now. Bim salabim.
Get out of here.
Yeah. May the highlight of your day be rubbing against a piece of wood on your console. May you begin to do live commercials in your sleep. May one of your teeth be larger than your 2-year-old son. I must leave you now.
Goodbye.
I am the great Sternak. Bim salabim.
Farewell, oh great one.
Farewell. Hey-oh.
What happens to old football coaches like Tom Landry? They have to endure encounters with Stuttering John.
Hi, Tom. I like your hat. Thanks a lot. Okay.
How are you?
Just fine. Great.
So tell me, where is your freaking hat?
Well, I left it at home. I didn't wear it on this trip.
I mean, it's so, it's like such a famous thing,
Yeah. It was raining, so the straw hat wasn't very good.
So did you ever smell the inside of your hat?
No.
What are your chances of bringing the Cowboys to a Super Bowl?
Well, I tell you, I'm out of it right now. I hope they come back soon.
Do you wear a hat when you're making whoopee with your wife?
Oh, no. Not at all.
Did you ever put your hat on backwards?
Probably not.
Did anyone ever try to knock your hat off your head?
Well, they tried to steal it on the way out.
Does the hat ever fall off in your sleep?
I don't usually wear it on a sleeper.
Does your wife wear a hat?
No, she doesn't.
Do you wear a chin strap under the hat when it's windy?
It would help, but I don't.
Can I wear your hat? But I guess you don't have it here, right?
I don't have it, so you can't wear it.
All right, well,
you got it on.
I know.
Hey, great.
You want to wear mine?
No, thanks.
All right, Tom. All right, Thomas, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Hats off to you, Tom, and Stuttering John. It's the Howard Stern Show.
You have violated my wife. You think. You know what you are? You will never be a great Cookie. You're the Antichrist. What?
And now, the winner of the People's Choice Award at the Czech Film Festival.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said the Czech Film Festival.
Oh, right.
right. Yeah, that's pretty huge.
Howard Stern.
So, anyway. Check this out. You know how freaked out I am about going to restaurants because I think that the guys who work in restaurants don't wash their hands after they make duty? Well, Ed, you still here?
So do you think that's silly, or?
Ed's gone by the next break. Don't worry about it.
I'm just trying to interpret these laughs.
She's too fat to throw out.
What are we waiting for the crane?
Yeah, wait for the crane to pull in so we can get rid of them. Anyway, so you know how freaky it is that when you go to these restaurants, and even though the health department the health department always hangs those big signs in the bathroom that says employees must wash their hands after they do it.
Yeah, they almost act as if the door will lock and they can't get out because they
All right.
say you must wash your hands before you return.
Yeah, there's a
to work.
solution. This
What?
guy sent me a company called NetTech International. I don't know who they are or anything. They're a company in Red Bank, New Jersey. This company makes a product where you wear a name tag. The name tag is called Hygiene Guard Smart Badge.
Yes.
And it's programmed with individual identification codes. When an employee enters the restroom, the badge is activated by a signal transmitted from an entry sensor. Listen to this. If the employee does not adhere to health codes by using the soap dispenser and washing their hands, an LED light on the name tag will turn red.
This is still not safe.
In addition, when the employee leaves the restroom, their identification number will be recorded by the entry sensor and made available for printout by the manager and supervisor. So if a guy doesn't use soap and water, all right, he could probably...
He could pump the soap dispenser,
Yeah, but
turn
who's-
on the water.
But I'm saying it's at least a reminder to these guys that they have to wash their hands. It's a good start.
But still, if
Hidden
somebody
camera?
wants to avoid... Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Hidden camera easier?
Yeah.
Then you got to sit and review the tapes. But you're not allowed to put a camera in the restroom. That's the problem. See?
At the wash basin, why not?
I don't know. They have a big thing, because then, some guy...
Turns the camera around
Yeah.
and starts looking into the stall.
Yeah. All right, I got a guy on the phone who claims he's been killing prostitutes and he's wondering why he's doing it.
Oh, God.
So maybe he thinks I have an answer. Is this Ed? Ed?
No, this isn't Ed.
Oh.
You haven't killed any prostitutes?
No, I never said my name was Ed.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay.
What name do you use?
You can call me Clay.
Clay?
Clay?
Yes, Clay. Okay, Clay. So what happened? How many prostitutes have you killed?
12.
And you're wondering why you do it?
I have a pretty good idea.
Why? Did your mom beat you? Did your mom spank you?
Was your mom a prostitute?
No. Actually, nothing like that.
What is it then?
I think I just do it for the sense of the power.
All right. Do you have sex with them first?
Yes, and
And then what, you strangle them?
once.
How else did you kill them?
Well, a few times, actually most times with a hammer.
And where do you do this primarily?
I've done it twice in a parking garage, and then the rest of the times on the side of the road.
And you're from the New Orleans area?
Yes.
And how, what do you beat them to death with a hammer?
Man.
It usually only takes once, and
Dude, you got to have a lot of anger in you.
yes.
Man.
Well, why do you need to feel so powerful?
He's got some issue with women, but some shrink's got to look into it. It's not even right. You might as well just kill yourself if you've killed 15 people. And that means you're heartless. Did you used to kill small animals?
No, I've killed a rat.
Yeah. See, a lot of guys start out killing kittens for some reason.
Yeah, they kill something before they start with humans.
If my kid killed a kitten or something cute, I'd probably just figure, well, this is it. They're going to be serial killers.
Kill them.
Dude, you're a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And you get away with it, I guess, because they're hookers, and so far nobody's... What?
Is this Howard?
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
I didn't know this was Howard.
Yeah, it's Howard.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've never killed a kitten.
Really?
Never killed any small animal except a rat?
Yeah, rat's okay.
Well,
Rats, I don't mind you killing.
But how'd you kill him?
the rat.
Yeah.
Stepped on his head, I bet.
We had a big flood a couple of years ago, and it's not actually a rat. It's called a nutria rat.
Hmm.
and I clubbed it to death. It got in the kitchen at my work.
So how old were you when you killed your first woman?
16.
And you must be a powerful kind of guy, big guy.
I wasn't then.
Right. And when you killed your first one, did you go in there knowing you were going to kill her, or it just sort of happened?
I knew I really had it planned out. You know, I wanted to do the whole sending clues.
Right.
Oh yeah, are you in?
To baffle people, but it turned out no one noticed for a long time.
Right. Like you killed her on the side of the road?
Her, that was the parking garage.
Okay. And then what'd you do with the body? You dumped that somewhere?
Yeah, actually, I think she's probably one of the ones that they found.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something. You were sending clues that you were going to do this?
No, I was.
He was going to
doing that.
He was going to leave like a note for the newspapers, and you know.
But you decided not to.
He didn't want to be famous or draw attention to himself. But my problem is.
No, that's what I wanted to do. But
but you did, but no one noticed the clues.
I never sent the clues. I never left anything. You know, I wanted to have my own little signature.
Right.
I wanted to thumb paint with their thumbs.
Oh, really?
What do you want to do?
Thumb paint with their thumbs.
Thumb paint what, though?
I don't know.
Oh, anything. It was in a comic book a couple of years ago. Just seemed like a good idea.
Like you take the girl you killed, you dip her thumbs in paint, and then you do like a thumb painting?
Yes.
On a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Now, after you kill somebody, do you play with the body?
Actually, the closest I've ever done to that is I always make sure I pay them and I make sure they keep their money.
Oh, really?
When they're still alive, but with one of them I did put the money in a compromising place.
I see.
But this one, you know, it had a penis.
Oh, really?
It was a guy.
Yeah, I didn't know at first.
So do you ever get, do you think the reason you're so angry is because you were abused or something?
No, I wasn't abused, Howard.
Where's your family?
You got a wife?
I mean, you got a mom, a dad, a wife, children. You got any of that?
I've got a couple of kids, but
no wife.
Not married to the mother.
You're a white guy?
Yeah, Howard, that's pretty funny because the only suspect they had when they started finding the bodies was a black police officer.
Oh.
Turns out one of them was associated with them.
Oh, really?
Are you on drugs?
I've done acid a few times.
So,
but nothing heavy.
So after you killed the first 60-year-old, like you finished.
No, I was 16.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
She was.
All right. So you finished with your sexual gratification, and then you.
Not always, no.
Not always. You don't even want to get laid sometimes.
No,
You just want to kill.
I'm just bored.
Right.
But does the killing sexually satisfy you in some way?
I can't believe Ed McMahon's not laughing.
I've eaten off thinking about it later.
Yeah.
What do you say?
That's about it.
He's pleasured himself thinking about it later.
Oh, he has. Okay. Now, how far apart are these murders? Like, do you murder and then, like, you feel satisfied for a while?
I don't even understand why I do it, Howard. I don't know if I ever get any satisfaction.
But how often?
The gather anywhere was the same night.
Really?
You killed two people in the same night?
Yeah, but I went to Mississippi for the second one.
So there's no pattern to how many weeks or days between murders?
No.
Are these mostly white chicks or black chicks?
A fair number of them have been black. The transvestite was black.
You think there's some racial motivation here?
No, Howard. They were just, let's just say a Jimmy Swaggart town.
Jimmy Swaggart town.
Don't know what that means.
Me neither, but...
That's pretty much the area around here where the prostitutes all hang out.
I see.
And it's just whoever comes up to you. You don't pick a certain type?
I don't even approach them. I wait for them to approach me, Robin.
So that's like them asking for it.
Do you ever, like, look into their eyes and go, you know, gee, these people were just children at one point, and maybe they just had a tough life?
I've let a couple go.
You have? Like, what happened? You're in the middle of killing them, and then they what do they say? Why would you let one go and kill the other?
There was this one.
Go ahead.
I think she was probably really new to it.
Yeah.
There was just something about her. Maybe she reminded me of my ex-fiancée, but...
Right. You somehow relate...
More of an innocent quality.
You somehow felt bad for her.
Yeah.
And you have a fiancé, so you're planning to get married?
No.
He had one.
Oh, he had one.
No. If I wouldn't be a suspect, believe me, she'd.
But let me ask you, why'd you did you start to kill her and then, like you said, forget it? Or you just never even...
Not even.
You just had sex. You just had sex with her and then you let her go.
I didn't even have sex with her, Howard.
Well, that's weird. Now that's weird.
I mean, he just really felt sorry for this.
I don't know what she was doing what she was doing, but.
Are you a big fat mess?
But she got off lucky.
Are you a big fat mess, or are you like a fairly good-looking guy?
I'm not a big fat mess. I wouldn't call myself good looking. I don't know what I'd call myself, Howard.
Right.
Do you have a decent job and all that stuff?
Sounds like a bright guy.
Not decent like you have.
Yeah, well, we got ridiculous jobs.
You get these.
I don't even know that I'd call this a job. You know what I mean? This is not a normal
It's a
job.
made-up job.
Yeah, this is a job that's totally useless. You know what I mean? Like, nobody really needs it.
It's a scam.
To me, a job is like something like, a UPS driver is a
Yeah,
job.
it's a job.
All right.
Not now.
Thank you, Ed.
Maybe this is a UPS driver.
Ed laughs, but he has no job either. All right, so, this is always
but you
weird.
do work every day and stuff like that.
This is always weird, but I'm bringing, at least we can sort of get into the mind of a guy who serial kills. I think he's 100% on the level. So you killed your first woman.
When was the last time you killed?
It's been a few months.
Right.
Actually, it's been going on a year.
You're like the Boston Strangler, man. Maybe I should option your story. So, what do you think you're going to do? Do you think you're going to kill yourself? Do you think that
Are you going to kill again?
Can you stop this?
If I killed myself, I'd miss the next Batman movie.
Right. You don't want to do that.
No.
There's a fan.
Actually, I'd actually kill myself to miss
why
that.
would you want to stay for that?
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, do you think that you could control this? Do you think you could stop?
I think I have been.
Oh, you have been for the last couple of months.
A year he hasn't killed.
Oh, a year?
Yeah.
Almost.
So why do you think you stopped killing all of a sudden?
I really don't know, Howard. Part of it had to do with my car broke down.
Oh, no transportation.
Seriously? That's the reason?
Well, that was the reason for a month, but after that, I guess it was all self-control.
Wow.
So you don't want to do this anymore?
No, he wants to do it, but he's controlling himself. Like, you want to kill women, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And do you like it? Do you enjoy seeing them struggle as you kill them?
Actually, none of them really struggle.
Do you hit them from behind, or do they see it coming?
I can't get inside their minds, but let's just say I hit them.
But, I mean, are you facing them?
Yeah.
Well, so you can see their face and everything when you do it.
Yeah. The worst I've ever gotten was one tried to grab my neck. I've never gotten any of the claw marks or anything that are dead giveaways.
Right. You must be very powerful.
I wouldn't call myself powerful. Maybe intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you choose this method?
I didn't, Robin. Like I told you, I really wanted to cut things up, mail things, send clues.
No, she means why did you use a hammer? Do you think you...
Because it was in a book I read.
Oh, everything's come from
cartoons
somebody
and
else.
yeah. When's the last time you got laid?
Last week, Howard.
Oh yeah, so you didn't kill that girl?
No.
Because she wasn't a hooker.
No.
Right.
It's only hookers, though.
A lot of serial killers are only into hookers because they know
Easy.
probably won't get caught, and B, they have some kind of anger toward hookers. Like, did you think your mom was a hooker or something?
No, Howard.
Your parents married and stay together and the whole thing?
Yeah.
Church-going people?
That'll do it.
Well, one of them, but...
Yeah. Religious fanatics give birth to the most serial killers because they're so repressed.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm going to talk you into giving yourself up or anything, right?
No.
I shouldn't even waste my time. I know I'm going to get calls after this and people are going to go, Howard, how come you didn't catch him?
Has anybody ever been close to catching you?
No. Actually, someone... Once when it was in the newspaper, someone joked to me, I know it was you, but, well, they were joking.
Right. You think you might be gay?
I hope not.
Right, maybe you're a repressed homosexual. Were you ever molested?
No.
Do you have a lot of tattoos?
I don't have any tattoos. I wouldn't do that to myself.
Right.
And do you get high before you do this?
I've gotten pretty drunk before.
Yeah.
Little anal.
Anal.
Relax that sphincter. Well, I got to say, I wish you would die, but, you know, what can I tell you? Maybe this is sort of good that you're talking about it with me, and maybe it'll keep you under. Like maybe I can't get you to turn
Maybe
yourself
it's
in.
like a valve, and he'll be able to go another year or something.
Yeah, but maybe somehow you won't do it anymore.
What about your kids? You want them living in a world with people like you?
Hasn't really analyzed it.
Anyway, I mean.
Yeah.
It's kind of lonely though. You can't tell anybody about this.
I'm the only guy you could. Am I the only guy you ever told about this?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that's sort of an honor.
I've told a couple of women, Howard, but
they're dead.
Yeah. Do you tell them first and then you kill them?
Yeah.
What do you say to them? Let me.
Fun.
All right. Let's see.
Every now and then you can play the running game if you're out in the middle of nowhere, and we got a lot in the middle of nowhere down here.
Right. So, in other words, let's say you're with a woman, right? A hooker.
Yeah, Howard.
And you say to her, okay, honey, you just had sex and everything. What do you say to her to torment her? How do you break the news to her that she's going to die?
It really depends on my mood.
Just give us an example.
Well, if I wanted to, I could just say Baba Booey, but that would be pretty,
No, come on, be serious. What do you say to him?
I can say you're going to die.
And then what do they do?
I like to articulate a little more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I ask them if they think it's dangerous doing what they're doing, if they're worried about things, and they'll laugh it off, and that just pisses me off.
Right. And then you go ahead and you kill him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Well, now we've shed no light on this. We don't know how a serial killer is made, and we don't know how to catch him.
Yeah, well, you know what? All the experts don't know either, so. Well, here's a guy, just another story. He's out there.
It's just, it substantiates my theory. Did you get jealous of Cunanan? Is that why you're talking to us now?
No, actually, I was thinking about writing a musical about Andrew Cunanan, but...
Guy's a comedian, too.
Huh?
Guy's a... Hey, some psychologist is on the line. You want to talk to him?
Sure.
I mean, since you're looking for answers.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Robert?
How you doing, Howard?
Hey, man. Go ahead.
Just wondering, how long did this guy wet his bed when he was a young boy?
Are you serious, or are you just trying to make a joke?
No, I'm totally serious.
Did you wet your bed when you were a young boy?
No. Didn't do it at all. No. How about starting fires?
Huh?
How about starting fires?
Sure.
Yep.
You did start fires?
Yeah.
How old were you? How old were you when you?
For people that get into serial killing to start fires, wet their bed when they're young. Along with the mutilation of little animals, but he said he didn't do that, so
right.
That's kind of something that was missing.
But fires was in your history, right?
You could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of it starts off as external ways of showing off their anger, and then they move on and go on to bigger and better things, I guess.
Wonder why this guy kills. Do you have any guess?
I don't know. I think you're right on with something with his family, his childhood.
What's he so angry about?
Right.
Unfortunately, he's real angry, and he's out there hurting a lot of innocent women.
Yeah, what do I do with a guy like this? Just hang up and forget about it, or is there anything I can...
Depends on, Howard, what are you going to do? Of course, you're not going to, turn him in, but...
Well, I would, but I can't.
A lot of people would want to turn him in, but what can you do? You talk to him, try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. All right. That's right. Then I'll probably just hang up. Okay.
Thanks a lot,
Howard. Thanks, man. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mr. Serial Killer.
Yeah, I mean...
Want to give us your name?
Yeah, I know I'm not going to get him to turn himself in. I've had calls from people who go, well, why didn't you do something? I go, well, what am I supposed to do? The guy's on the phone.
Crawl through the phone and get him?
Yeah. They were like, well, why don't you trace these calls? And I'm like, well, I don't have that equipment.
Yeah, what are we, the police?
I can't even get a phone system that works for air. Let alone a tracing thing. Oh, Jackie's back there bumming out.
First I wasn't buying it, now I think I buy it.
Nah, I buy it. I bought that guy.
Sort of offhand attitude that you have to be a serial killer.
Nah, I buy it.
When he said Baba Booey, I was hoping he was going to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you horse-tooth jackass.
Right.
Snap right back,
Yeah. No, I think he was the real deal. Tell you the truth. Okay, Tom, you're on the air. Tom, go ahead.
I got a thing in the newspaper about Tom Bernard.
Tom Bernard's the guy we compete with in Minneapolis, St. Paul, who is crapping in his pants because now I'm in town. That is the reason I syndicate this radio program, I swear to you. It wasn't an issue of money. It wasn't an issue of anything else. I wanted the credit for my work.
Right.
I want to be on in Minneapolis, St. Paul, where Tom Bernard rips off my show.
And you're loved.
Thank you. I want to be on in Chicago with the main queer who tells people that he's the best version of himself. You know, he's the best version of me. And I will take to the stage in Chicago when I kick your ass, and I will sit there and gloat over your dead daddy who must have died from embarrassment.
Yeah, this is kind of what the article is talking about.
Your daddy's in a body bag.
Mm-hmm.
What is this article?
And the same with Tom Bernard, man, who's sitting there married to his exciting wife who wants to be a high society woman. Evidently, she's a big society climber.
Yeah, I heard lots of charity work.
Yeah, a lot of charity work, social work. Hey, how about this for charity work, man? Your husband's living in a sham. He's busy stealing everything I ever did.
Yeah.
How's that for a scam? How about the guys in Dallas now that I'm off the air for 3 weeks, busy doing every routine I ever did, trying to claim it's theirs?
And they got to listen to half.
How come they couldn't kick my ass when I was on in Dallas? Now they're all talking about that, and now they can kick my ass. They kept their mouths shut when I was at the Lex and Terry show. How about it?
Yeah.
All these guys, all these peckerheads, man, who think they're so goddamn hot stuff, none of them have done anything. And as soon as they get any pressure on them, they back off.
That's right. And that's what this is about right here.
What's that say?
This is an article in the entertainment section of the St. Paul Pioneer Press. And it's one of those media's do's and don'ts things.
Yeah.
And the guy that wrote the thing says, this is a do, says, do wonder how happy our old pal, Mr. Bernard, was Friday, August 1st, after getting another panicky hotline call from station manager, whatever his name is, admonishing Bernard to watch what he said while Disney poobah Michael Eisner was in town.
Yeah, let me tell you something. That's great. Disney owns that station that we compete with.
Yeah.
This guy is such a pussy, Tom Bernard. He does my material when Michael Eisner's not in town. When Michael Eisner shows up, he behaves himself.
Yeah, he gets. Then it goes on.
Let me tell you something, man.
Changes?
I work for Michael Eisner. I work for the E! Channel. The E! Channel is now owned by Michael Eisner. And let me tell you something. They tried to sit me down, and they said, how are you going to adjust now that Disney owns the channel? I said, this is how I'm going to adjust. I'm going to do everything that I've ever done.
Your chair.
Well, yeah, I'm going to adjust my chair. You guys adjust to me. I don't adjust to you. You don't like it, I'll take my show elsewhere, or I just won't run it. Yeah. That's how I adjust. And that was the end of it. So then the guy from the channel came down, the new owners and everything. They came down to talk to me, calm me down. I said, you don't have to calm me down. Nothing's changing. I'm doing what I want to do, you prick.
Call us insane clown posse.
Yeah. Yeah, so fire me. You think I care at this point? I'd rather do, same in Dallas. They were like, well, we'll let you stay on until September if you don't bring up the fact that we're firing you. I said, oh, okay. Got on the air and told everybody they're firing us, and let's send Stuttering John down there. Hey, man, so fire me. What do I care?
Yeah.
Who cares at this point?
Keep your mouth shut and let us do our business.
Who wants to live a lie, man? How do these guys sleep at night? How does Tom Bernard sleep at night, man? Knowing that they steal everything I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Little pricks didn't do anything to help radio or do anything cool for radio, man. All they did is sit on their fat asses until I broke some new ground. Bunch of fat, lazy pricks, right, Ed?
Hey-o. Hey-o.
Right.
Hey, Al Rosenberg's cool.
Can you imagine? Al Rosenberg is not cool.
Yes, he is. You're right, sir.
I've seen his cracking his ass for 2 years on that FX show.
Yeah.
You miss it, don't you?
Poor Al, man.
We love that man.
But the thing goes on. No one, not even Eisner himself, can tell Bernard what to do or not to do.
Oh, yeah.
That's him talking. Unless they've got solid research to prove it'll sustain.
No, I'll tell you who tells I'll tell you who tells Bernard what to do. I do. When I create it, he does it a week later.
Yeah. You write it down verbatim.
Yeah.
And then
all right.
On air, Bernard explains.
Who cares? Thank you.
All right.
On air, Bernard can explain all he wants. Well, soon he's going to have no listeners.
Yeah, he got like 3 hotline calls within a month.
Guarantee you the guy is off the air in a year. Because he can't take the pressure. He can't take the pressure. We have people already planted inside that radio station. The guy's cracking. He went out on the golf course with some clients.
Yeah.
And he evidently threw down his clubs and said he was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Al Rosenberg might be a lot of things, but he's not cool.
All right.
All right, dude. Thank you. All right. Unbelievable, man. All these guys, man, how do they live with themselves?
And now, another moment moment in Crackhead Bob History. Today he's Crackhead Bob. But before that, did you know that he was an auctioneer?
Are you kidding?
Sorry, must have been a misprint. Did you know that Crackhead Bob was a gigolo?
How do you like it, baby?
Oh, Bob.
Want me to dance with you?
Bob, you drive me wild. Take me. Take me.
Face yourself. There I come.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
Another moment in Crackhead Bob History.
I need a cigarette.
On the Howard Stern Show.
Unreal. Did you like that song parody about Malcolm Shabazz?
Yes.
Yeah? I know. What'd I do with that? Hold on, let me just... Let me lay that on you. I got so many tapes in front of me, I can't even find my... Try this one. Yeah, I got it.
Malcolm Shabazz, yeah, he was upset. I guess he heard voices in his head. He toasted Grandma like a marshmallow. I guess he's just another psycho. Psycho, 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 psycho.
I love the fact that they photographed him with that big garbage bag over his head. That's the best. I love that.
That's what he deserves.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear something weird?
What?
So all the guys who work for the E Channel, I'm talking about like DePace and Gump and Ganji and Einziger. They have to take I think it's a 1-hour class in sexual harassment.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's the E policy. They're going
really?
they're going to a sexual harassment class. You guys got to tape that. Hey guys, come on in here.
When do they go?
I don't know, but they're taking a sexual harassment
Take
class.
Jackie with them?
It's a how-to course.
Jackie would flunk.
Is that because they did something? Or
No, it's just because like in general they have to make them sensitive to sexual harassment in the workplace. And Gump, because he's in the Marines,
Yeah.
Gump's already taken. He had to take like a 3-day course in sexual harassment. Where's Gump?
he's probably still in the room.
Oh, you get him because he's
come
already
on in.
taken a class.
Someone has to work the show.
Yeah, well, why don't you send somebody in there who don't have anything to say? Gump's already taken the class at least. Hey, Gump, because you're a Marine, don't you have to? You had to take like a 3-day sexual?
No, it's 8 hours long.
Oh, 8 hours.
Yeah.
How long's the E sexual harassment class?
90 minutes.
90?
Yeah.
Oh, 90
For
minutes.
Marines, they need a day.
You know why E has that? E is all run by women and
Yeah.
stuff, and they just force
Well,
guys.
how's the one guy going to sexually harass somebody at E?
At E, forget about it. If anything, the women should take a sexual harassment because they emasculate everyone. Poor Einziger walks around in a dress. I mean, it's unbelievable. What's going down with that? When are you guys having your class?
Eric and I are doing it today.
Today.
So am I.
You have a choice of today or tomorrow.
When are you going?
Tomorrow.
How come?
Stuff to do
Don't
today.
you want to be with the other guys? Because it'll be funny.
Safety in numbers.
I'm almost thinking of going with you. Should bring some strippers with us.
Is it a video, Howard, or is it a live teacher?
Live teacher?
Live, yeah, there's I guess a lawyer.
Oh, do you have role playing and stuff?
Yep, they do like a mock
Really?
trial.
Does DePace have to get in a dress?
No, we're gonna go have a liquid lunch first. And
Yeah. Check your tampons before you go. No kidding, man. Boy, that's the emasculation of all men. I mean, if you don't know what sexual harassment is, I mean, what are you, a moron? Of course you know what it is.
How do you? Yeah, right.
Is the teacher a chick?
DePace can't pass a driving test.
They take it real seriously.
How about if it's a great chick with nice cans?
Yeah.
And you start sexually harassing her in the middle of the class.
On the way in.
Hey, honey, can't you take off your bra? We can mellow out here.
You're saying DePace would know DePace has no ability to pass a driving test?
That's not true, Robin.
Gump, what was the 8-hour class? Like, who taught it? A chick?
No, they have usually somebody from the Navy, like either...
yeah, those guys know.
Some guy,
Oh, the tail hook
and
guys.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they'll run a whole bunch of different videos, then they'll talk about it, then they'll run another...
Like they show you examples of sexual harassment?
Exactly.
Like give me an example of sexual harassment like they show you.
Well, they'll put up like two women in an office. And
Are they hot?
No, not at all.
Pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they want to show you even pigs can get sexually harassed. Right.
No, these are the women they're sexually harassing a man.
Oh, yeah?
Reverse it.
Oh, yeah, that happens a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Anyway, they're hanging up this poster, some beefcake kind of guy, and like
Oh, please.
somebody feels really uncomfortable in the office.
Some guy feels uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Oh, man.
Howard?
Yeah.
You're being a little sexist on this. You know, it's just not the guys have to go. Redzinski has to go too.
I think she should go. She's been sexually harassing me for years.
She's after Jackie all the time.
Yeah. There's the girl who needs it.
It's good to have a chick with nice cans at one of those things.
Yeah, when is she going? I'll go to her class.
I think she's going today with us.
Is she?
Why don't you come?
Yeah, maybe I'll go. Why don't you guys tape it? I'd love to hear it.
I don't know if they'd let us, but
Really?
we can ask.
That could be cool.
I think we're sort of afraid that we're going to laugh at some of the things because...
You know who put you up to that? Because Fran Shea.
What's the whole company? It's not just us.
Yeah, but Fran, that's probably her idea. She loves that crap.
Well, yeah, did anything happen at E to make this a necessity?
Not that I know of.
Probably the job. Can you smoke weed during it so you can relax? Sure.
We should bring Jackie.
Yeah. Jackie, you need to. Hey, seriously, man, Jackie?
All the people.
Jackie don't know what sexual harassment means.
I know what it is. I just don't get
There isn't a girl in this building he doesn't hump every day. And Al, you too. You ought to go, even though you're not working. Al's another guy who's a little too touchy-feely. You know what I mean? It's a fine line, you know, because sometimes you have some fun flirting, and the next thing you know, you're up on sexual harassment charges. Who knows? I say there is no way to teach that. Because, like, women don't even know what it is, so they think they're being sexually harassed.
right and wrong, you know, you feel it.
So,
You say anything.
it's right and wrong.
You say no to Jackie, and he keeps coming.
Right.
You know you want it. You know you want it.
No means yes.
Love it.
Yeah, I read her book twice.
So what time? What is it?
You know, on one or two occasions over the years,
Yeah.
I've mentioned to Jackie that, you know, just trying to help him out, that maybe, hey, that might not be the thing to say, or
Hey, mind your
something like that. And he gets all pissed off. He goes, come on, they know I'm kidding around. Get off me.
You're just sensitive because you have breasts.
What fun is it coming to work?
That's right. That's the perk.
Danny, you're on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had to go one of them classes for sexual harassment.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they have to teach you how to, like, because I was working on my job, and I asked the girl out, and she's like, filed sexual harassment with me, right?
Yeah.
So then I went, and they made me go to this class. They almost fired me because of it. I went and I took the class at a local college over here in Long Island.
How many hours?
I had to take like a 5-hour course.
Yeah.
That's not as bad as the Navy, but it's pretty bad.
Well, you get a break in the middle, so you know, total 5 hours. They give you 2 hours, take a break, and then, you know. But I took the class, and
Was it a hot chick who teaches it?
no, it was like
Get to the S word.
Oh, listen.
Hey now. So like the lady wasn't hot. She was like a pig who taught it.
Yeah, she was like old. She was like 40, you know.
Wow. Yeah, that's old, man. Yeah, it is.
Not old enough.
Yeah.
Can you at least masturbate during the breaks?
She said I had to get in touch with my feminine side.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah.
She said, hey, listen, honey, I'll come to the class, but I'm no homo.
He's still trying to identify.
All right. I like to imagine they tell the pace to get in touch with his feminine side at the class.
I don't think so. He's searching for one.
Right.
How did he ask her out, though?
I had to get.
You asked that to your teacher?
No.
No, the girl...
at work?
Charges. How did he ask her out, though? Like, what did you say?
Nothing. I just said, hey, how you doing, you know? I was talking. I worked with her for a couple months.
Yeah, she was pretty good looking?
Yeah, she was hot, man.
Okay, so go ahead. I'll be the chick. Show me what you did.
Nothing. I was just like, hey, man, I've been working with you for a while, you know, all this other crap, and...
You're a pretty romantic guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been working with you.
What kind of job is that?
I told her she was hot. I said, yo.
I want to know what kind of place hired him. All right, so you went up to her and you said, hey, I've been working with you a long time. Then what'd you say?
Nothing. Then I asked her.
Hey, you're hot. Why don't we go out to dinner?
Is that bad?
Well, she was wearing a nice dress and her ass was sticking out.
Yeah, I mean, what is she looking for? And you're telling me you can't do that? I mean, what is up with that? And then women wonder why they don't get asked out. I've seen women every day. No one asked me out. Well, yeah, because you're going to put us up on charges, you bitch.
I'm serious. No.
I don't know that this guy wasn't hanging all over.
I don't know, man. He sounds okay to me.
Very uncomfortable.
What, we're going to put the guy in jail because he ask a girl out on a date?
No, send him to a class for $5.
Yeah, great. So what happened?
I went, I asked her out, and then it was like around 10 o'clock. I took my lunch break, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like 12 o'clock, my boss comes up to me. Were you sexually harassing this woman? You know, this and that.
You mean you took her out?
Yeah. And she,
Yeah, you took her out to lunch.
She went and she called up her lawyer before she told my boss.
No.
And she went to lunch with you?
No, he went to
didn't take
lunch after
My
asking.
boss-
Oh, I see.
When I went to go punch out for lunch, and told me, "Are you sexually harassing this woman?" Because she called her lawyer before she called.
What kind of work do you do?
Huh?
What kind of work you do?
I'd rather not say.
I mean, what type of work?
Sensitive.
Well, I do office work.
All right. Jeez. Man, I tell you, it's pretty frightening. Yeah, you guys better go take that class.
So what did you learn from your class?
Nothing.
Nothing. Because he didn't do anything wrong.
I had they're trying to like teach me how to like respect women.
Hey, dude, let me tell you something. These broads want to put us all in jail.
It's a war.
It's a war out there. You better be careful, okay?
You know?
Yeah, all right. I don't know, man.
I guess you can't ask a woman out at work. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Dude, I was at my fiance's work yesterday,
Yeah.
and there's a picture of a naked man sitting on the bathroom door. Now, isn't that harassment?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
I'm confused as
That
anyone else
upsets
on
me.
this issue.
I don't want to see that.
I don't see that either.
Me neither.
No, DePace certainly doesn't want to see that.
Yeah. DePace looks at him, might get aroused, and then he'll have all kind of confusion. Here's a guy who actually teaches a sexual harassment class.
Okay.
All right, dude. Hey.
Yeah.
What kind of class is this?
Okay. What I do is I teach a sexual harassment information course for OEO for a city agency.
Yeah.
And what you heard the last caller? What he did was that bad?
Yeah.
I mean, he went up to a chick and said, "You look pretty hot. Can I go out with you?"
Actually, okay. The thing is, could you believe that to ask one of your coworkers to go to lunch could not be considered sexual harassment, but to ask them to dinner is.
Wow.
So he could have stuck to lunch.
Hey, maybe I ought to take this class.
Yeah, I think you should. Actually,
Hey, can you imagine this is going to solve the problem?
Yeah, let's go to work.
Excuse me, I'm attracted to you. Can I take you out to dinner? And then next thing you know, you got to go take a class, and you're going to be threatened, and it goes on your permanent record.
Well,
I mean, for crying out loud, man. And then of course, if you're a good-looking guy, chick goes, "Oh, the hottest guy asked me out."
What if the women approach the guy?
Oh, that's
Yes or no?
That's wrong too.
That's also could be considered sexual harassment.
Oh.
You know what we guys have to do? We have to start filing charges against these women.
What is proper conduct between men and women in the workplace?
You could go up to a chick and say, "Hey, honey, I think you look hot. I want to go out with you."
And you could lose your job.
Right. That's unbelievable. I would say that to somebody.
I think
Why not?
Brzezinski said that to me before.
Really?
Yeah. Can I ask this guy a question?
Really? She asked you out?
No.
And you didn't go?
Said I look good.
She said you look good.
Yeah.
She did? That's harassment.
I'm kidding.
You ought to, no one ever tells you you look good.
You know that
offense,
means
man.
indeed. You know
I don't
that.
think you
Wait
got.
a minute,
I don't think you got that many options.
Didn't they say that Brzezinski was all over Doug at the party?
That's right. No. Was she? Hey, Doug, you know, I was surprised, man. For a Jew, you got a real nice body. I got to tell you. What?
Actually, that brings up a pretty good point. If a worker is flirting with somebody at a party and it's not during work hours, is that sexual harassment?
Yes.
I mean, I could be fired for flirting with somebody I work with.
That's right.
Yes.
On and off time.
All right, let me ask you a question, okay? You go to the office Christmas party, right?
Yeah.
And you go up to a girl and you say to her, "Hey, man, you look really nice tonight." Is that sexual harassment?
Yeah, but that's an office function.
Excuse me. I'm asking the questions, Baba Booey. I'm not talking to you. Is that sexual harassment?
It's how you based on how you ask it. I mean, how you say it.
All right. If I say, "Hey, you look really nice tonight," that's okay. But if I say, "Hey, you look really nice tonight, I would like to go out on a date with you," that's sexual harassment.
Well, actually, it's more like, let's say, if you say, "Hey, you look nice tonight," or "Hey, you look nice tonight."
You're kidding.
Wow.
And looking up and down. Basically, sexual harassment is based on the victim feeling vulnerable.
All right, let's say I go up to a girl at the office Christmas party, and I just put my hands on her chest and take a quick feel.
You're out of a
wrong?
job.
That's out of a job.
Wait a minute. What if they hang mistletoe in the office?
And then I grab the girl and I kiss her.
Yeah.
If she feels uncomfortable with it, basically, if you're ugly, you're sexual harassment.
Yeah, right. Okay, let me answer this. So what if, let's say I go to a party, right? Not an office party.
Right.
All right? Like I go to Jackie's house.
Everything is okay.
Shanty party.
Right, shanty party, and they go there, where food isn't served till 10 o'clock, and I'm starving.
And doing nothing but drinking.
Right. And I walk up to
employee harassment?
And I walk up to one of the girls, okay, and I say, hey, you look great tonight. I'd like to go out with you. Is that sexual harassment?
Yeah, and you could lose your job.
Wow.
And you could get sued.
Wow.
But that's not a office function. That's not a.
How do you get?
That's a private party.
How do you ever ask a girl out?
Okay, the thing is, if it's an office function, okay, if let's say
it's not an office function,
and everyone that's at the party is from work.
Forget it. You know what? I don't even want to hear this anymore. This is frying my brain.
Know what to do.
I'm glad I'm married.
I just want to tell you something.
What?
Could you believe I had to investigate 2 cases where 2 guys lost their jobs working for New York City for having your radio show on in the office?
Yeah, I get letters about it all the time.
And
how about a kid in 6th grade just wrote me a letter? He was reading Miss America, got suspended for 2 days.
Yeah, now mind you, I feel bad because I have to prosecute.
Right.
And meanwhile, I'm a fan.
Right.
And is it wrong to listen to this show in an office?
Yeah, with me, I have my headphones on. Right now, I'm sitting in an office full of people, and...
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, what about it in our office if we're watching show tapes? It's our job to watch the tape, and it's sexual, content of the show, and another employee from the back of the office not working for the show walks over and hears or even sees naked girls. Is that sexual harassment, us doing our job and seeing,
Actually, in that office of yours, I guess you got a whole different set of rules.
Yeah. I'd say if you're here and you know the show, then you better be up for everything. You know what I mean?
Isaac always walks into my office when a videotape's playing and says, "You're the only guy in America who's allowed to watch us at work."
Here's a dude that got arrested for sexual harassment. What happened to you?
Arrested?
I bet you didn't.
got arrested.
Yeah, what did you say to the girl?
What's that?
What happened? You were at work and you said something to a girl?
No, I called up an ex-girlfriend of mine. I left her a message.
Yeah.
And she said it was obscene and vulgar, and she had me arrested. I had to come in. They fingerprinted me. They mugshot.
What did you say?
I just said,
honey, you look great, man. I want to come over there and get you.
Yeah.
And she
I wanted to get a little booty call, and she had me arrested.
Oh,
you busted your booty.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. This makes me sick.
It's disgusting. The laws that they have today that protect women are totally against the men.
Yeah.
And the attitude of the companies is that before getting a lawsuit for not pursuing it, they'll rather lose you.
Yeah, right. The company's just like, hey, let's get rid of this guy. He's trouble.
I never
what is
had
it?
a record in my whole life until she came along and just had me arrested. I had a clean record.
We had such a weird incident at our company Christmas party about 3 years ago, but going the other way, there were these 2 women that worked here, and they were sort of dry humping each other, and they sort of fondling each other's, upper bodies and stuff. And a couple of guys were watching the stuff, and nobody really said anything, but I mean, look what they were doing.
That's sexual harassment.
I mean, could we have gotten in trouble for that if we'd have said anything?
It sounds like you get in trouble for anything. You can't even have fun anymore.
If we'd have said, wow, that's...
hello, you look nice today, or, you look nice today.
If 2 girls are kissing each other and touching each other's breasts, and you go, wow, that's
I
really
say you're
cool.
allowed to jump on top and do stuff to them.
Actually, if you're at an office party,
go ahead.
Okay, if you're at an office party, the girl to go for is the one sitting with her naked ass on the copy machine.
You're a
That's the
comedian.
one that probably won't report you.
Well, I don't think those 2 would have reported anybody. Here's a guy got fired for sexual harassment. What'd you do?
Oh, man. I was working in a gym. I'm a personal trainer.
Go ahead.
And this girl was working out, right?
Go ahead.
And she looked pretty bad. And then she went in, she takes a shower, she comes out, she's got makeup on and everything. She's walking by, and she looked great. And I go, wow. And she turns, and she looks at me, and she goes, what'd you just say? And I go, well, you look pretty good, with makeup on and stuff.
Right.
And she took it the wrong way. 5 minutes later, the head guy's downstairs, and I get fired.
Oh.
Wow.
No questions asked.
Oh, my
Just
God.
to tell her she looked good for wearing makeup.
You know what this is, man? This is a way for ugly girls to get even with the world, dude. That's all this is. That's what's going on here.
I don't think ugly girls are the only ones who file these suits.
9 times out of 10 there are, Robin. I've researched. What did you say?
Most of the cases that I investigate.
Go ahead.
There's no such thing as ugly girls and good-looking girls. Basically, most of the cases are filed by women, and it's women with basically that have attitudes. I mean, there are some women that have an axe to grind.
Yeah.
But they come in all shapes, sizes.
Yeah, this has gone too far. This has gone completely the opposite way.
In a jail lunchroom, if you know what I'm
Here's
saying.
sexual harassment. The guy's in a hiring position, walks up to a woman, and he goes, you better give me some goddamn sex if I'm going to hire you, honey.
That's what always thought
That's
it was.
sexual harassment. Guy walking up to a chick and going, hey, man, you look pretty nice. Can I go out with you? And she says no, and you say, okay, fine. That's it.
Well, what about that guy?
Especially, let's say it's the guy who delivers the mail.
Yeah.
If he just says, hey, you look hot to the secretary, she can tell him to get out.
Then this is the first time anyone ever told her she looked hot.
What about that poor guy who was just talking about the Seinfeld episode?
Hey, look,
what I saw on TV
that's
last night.
ridiculous. And sleep with me or you're fired. That's sexual harassment. That's it. The case closed. This is
Actually,
ridiculous.
you'd be surprised. But anyway, listen, I have
All right,
to go
I
now.
got to go too, okay?
I just want to say hello to all the employees of the New York City Housing Authority.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. All right. I don't want to talk about it. I didn't know you guys had to go to that today.
Yeah. You have any specific questions you want us to ask?
Yeah. How come E is making the guys take this when it's a bigger ripoff?
No. You want to ask the question, what is the appropriate way to ask for a date in the office?
Right. Like, I want to ask girls out in the office, how do I do it?
I'm sure that they're going to say there is no appropriate way.
So what if I have a lawyer do it for me in the third person?
We've got to be careful how we ask the questions in the sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to harass the walking loose.
All right. I've had enough of this. Just, I need a breather. We'll be back, and we're going to do the news for you in just a couple, okay?
What we do now is they're writing specifically for the person.
I'm
Take a
like
look at them.
a star. Do I have to say star of Melrose Place? I'm the star of Melrose Place. And you're listening to the guy who usually watches me on TV with his pants down his ankle. That's a nice look. Hi, I'm the very gorgeous. Oh, okay. Could we put even better? I'm the beautiful, gorgeous, sexy. Oh, it says it. Oh, please.
Insatiable.
If I weren't married, how we're married, I still wouldn't date. No.
What?
No.
You wouldn't date Howard.
I still wouldn't date Howard. No, I'm not saying that.
No, he wrote that.
I'm not going to say that. I'll say the first one. Hi, I'm Heather Locklear, star of Melrose Place, and you're listening to the guy who usually watches me on TV with his pants around his ankles, Howard Stern.
Do both is what you're saying. While he's singing, I can... All right. All right, Breath Assure. This is a great product. You've heard about Breath Assure. Ed, you might want to listen to this. Let me tell you, Breath Assure is now the #1 selling breath freshener in the entire country. #1. We brush, we floss, we gargle, but sometimes that just isn't enough. You need the confidence of Breath Assure. Breath Assure gives you fresh, clean breath for hours and hours. Breath Assure is a tiny, all-natural capsule that you swallow. Breath Assure is #1 because it doesn't mask bad breath. It gives you clean, fresh breath for hours from the inside out. And guess what? Now there's dual-action Breath Assure D with digestate. Does your tummy ever feel bad? Well, now new Breath Assure D is all-natural, and it contains chamomile, ginger, and true licorice to help your tummy feel better. Tummy. Breath Assure and new Breath Assure D. Don't breathe without it. You can find Breath Assure at Rite Aid, CVS, Duane Reade, and other fine stores. Breath Assure.
92.3. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
You know, that tape I played early this morning, the tape about asking people on the street if they would support a bill that said that Jews have to put Stars of David after their name in movie credits so we can figure out how many Jews are in the movie industry.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
I like that tape. I was thinking of just maybe just giving it a quick shot before we got into news. Some people might have missed it. All right. Just thinking that song. 5-Apart soundtrack. Isn't that it? 5-Apart soundtrack?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Got a little confused, all right? Here's Dean. He's our intern. He goes out, right? Says to people on the street, hey, man, there's a senator who was trying to pass a bill so the Jews have to identify themselves.
Would you sign a petition to endorse Senator McKenna's recent bill to require all Hollywood producers to put the Star of David after each Jewish name in any and all credits so it would be apparent to the movie-going public the incredible abundance of Jews that have infiltrated this part of our media and culture?
What are you talking about? Did I tell you I was in a hurry? It's the stupidest thing I ever heard. It's slowing me down.
So you wouldn't sign a petition?
I don't even know what you're talking about, and I wouldn't sign anything that sounded remotely like that.
You wouldn't sign a petition that would put the Star of...
This is crazy.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. You can stop for the question because I don't want to hear the question and I don't want to answer it.
Okay, you wouldn't sign a petition?
I don't want to answer the question.
Are you kidding?
No.
This is a real bill? This man should be shot.
So you wouldn't sign it?
I certainly wouldn't sign it. That's going back to the days of Hitler, isn't it?
No.
Are they going to put an Italian flag next to each other of the other names?
No.
So that we know who's Italian?
No,
and
just
who's
the Jews.
Irish? And who's Austrian? And who's Spanish? Of any kind of descent?
It's easy about that.
Right.
And who's French? I mean, is that not ridiculous?
Yes.
You would? And why is that?
Because I'm Jewish, number one. I came from Russia 17 years ago.
But they said all Jews were smart.
And
I didn't
for
understand
me,
this
Jewish, the most important people in the world.
No, I wouldn't. Okay, why not? I'm not interested. Not interested?
No. I'm not because I'm not feeling good. My nose is burning me.
Your nose is burning?
Yeah.
What's wrong with your nose?
My nose is burning me, so I'm not interested.
That's a tough question because it depends on what the Star of David is representing, though. Because see, I'm Rastafarian. As I say, I consider myself, I'll speak for myself. I see the Star of David as a different meaning than the Jews think of it, but it's in a sense it's all the same.
What's the meaning for the Rastafarians?
Well, I'm not going to speak on that right now.
Not now.
If you want to know, you can read about it.
I speak on that. So some people would support the bill having the Jews identify themselves, and some vehemently said no. I like the guy whose nose is burning. When a guy tells
He
you,
doesn't even want to be bothered with this.
when a guy tells you his nose is burning, what does it usually mean?
I don't know.
Bad crack. Yes, sir. Hey-o. Bad crack. My nose is burning. Shut up, Ed.
Okay.
All right.
Right you are, oh great one.
So many people on the phone I didn't even get to. There was a guy who's been videotaping women having sex without them knowing it. And,
How does he do that?
yeah, a guy got fired for having Playboy pictures on his screensaver at work. So many different things. Now, see, I got your interest, didn't I? We both got your interest. Anthony.
Yeah.
You videotape chicks at having sex with you?
Yeah, sure. Who's
It's Howard.
Okay. Hey, what's up, guy?
No, what do you do?
My
Yeah.
office. Hold on.
Here.
Okay, go ahead.
Close the door. Yeah, you better close both doors. So what do you do? Like, you get them into the bed and then you hide the camera somewhere?
Basically, I wrap up the camera in a towel and just with the lens part out. And then when they come into my bedroom, I don't let them really get a view of that way. I kind of stand in front of it and block it
Right.
until they're on the bed.
Right. And then what do you do?
Well, we have, various sessions and we'll play fantasy games. I called yesterday because I thought it was pertaining to yesterday more.
It seems to pertain to every day on this show.
Fantasy games.
Yeah, right, exactly. So,
Right.
the one that I have is one of a spanking episode that she is a bad girl because she came home and forgot her book. So I play the daddy and...
Send us all of them. No, don't send it because this is wrong. You shouldn't do this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it is legal because one person knows that.
It is legal? All right, then send them to me.
Is this illegal?
What?
Is that illegal?
No, it's legal.
Robin's saying it's legal. I have to think there's something wrong with it.
It's not fair, but the law says
Right.
that as long as one party knows about the videotaping and they're in the videotape, I guess it's okay.
Let's not mislead anybody because some states do have laws against it.
Is that right?
Yeah, but
I mean, if she finds out.
I think in New York State, and I'm not sure, you'd have to check this, but I think,
Well,
as
this came
unbelievable as this sounds, we learned this during the Frank Gifford thing,
That's right.
that you're allowed to videotape somebody as long as you know about it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean,
There's no problem.
yeah, I always thought that was wrong, but evidently.
That's what I thought. You know, I show my cousins and my friends. And
See, you're saying, how does a law like that happen? And you say, well, you know how that happens? Like 60 Minutes wants to go out and do investigative reporting, and they want to catch people who are doing insurance fraud and stuff.
But there's no, like, technicality, like, only if you're associated with a news program?
No. Evidently, if it's a law for 60 Minutes, it's got to be the law for you. So as wacky as this sounds, and I can't even believe it. I just find that despicable.
Right, it's bizarre.
It's bizarre, but here you are doing it, and
Bingo. And also...
And I don't know that it's wrong. And I really think it should be.
Right, so, like, these guys are talking about sexual harassment, this and that.
Because I have a small penis. I don't want anybody videotaping me.
If you get him on, if you get the girl on tape, can she say that you sexually harassed her, even though, like...
No.
She can't, right?
That's no, that ain't sexual harassment. She's a willing participant.
Partner, right?
Yeah, no, that's probably good. That's good evidence.
That's what I'm saying. These guys should, tape the conversation.
See, in a way, if you ever get caught, you say, hey, listen, man, I don't want some girl accusing me of rape or something like that, so I videotape all my encounters.
Right, and she's definitely not complaining.
See, then it's a good thing.
You like Howard. It's funny. It's funny.
You have to think those things through.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Well, Dominic says he knows the law on this. This is the bloated attorney.
I'll come down one morning and show you guys if you really want.
Yeah, I want to see it. Dominic, hi.
All right, so you're pretty close. In most states, it's illegal.
Okay, New York.
What about New York?
Well, New York is now a split decision. We originally thought that absolutely was okay. But I'm told that some of the district attorney's offices are now looking into the possibility that even though one person consents in the room, that they can find this to be an invasion. Now, it's not a criminal act yet, an invasion of privacy, and that there may be a loss civilly.
All right, 60 Minutes goes ahead in New York investigating insurance fraud, and they take a hidden camera into a room. They interview a guy, he doesn't know the camera's on him, and they run that on 60 Minutes. That's legal?
Now, yes. Now, wait, it's done in New York State.
Wait, Dominic, she could sue me for money?
Well, here's the question.
Well, what else are you going to sue you
Think
for?
about that lawsuit in Virginia
Yeah.
when they did that case on 60 Minutes with the bad, I think it was 60 Minutes, where they investigated bad meat and stuff. And there they let them sue because each state has its own law. Now, here's the real question. When we play it on the air, the states that it is illegal, is that a civil action? There's where it comes real tricky.
Star Magazine goes ahead and videotapes Frank Gifford. Is that legal or illegal? I say it's wrong. But then when 60 Minutes does it and discovers bad meat, then it's good, I guess. So it's.
You know what? You're getting better at this law stuff than the lawyers.
So in other words, it's so ambiguous that it'll keep lawyers busy for the rest of their careers making tons of money.
I could tell you I'm looking for a new car. Now, one last sexual harassment story, please. Real quick.
All right.
In my office, I represented Fast Eddie, the nude cop and playgirl.
Yeah.
Well, his body is up on 2 walls of my office and they put my face on his body.
All right, you should have just stopped.
You were actually making sense this morning.
Dominic was like a really good guest this morning until he told that story.
What happened to Dominic at the birthday party?
I had to go to visit someone in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very sad.
You never say goodbye.
Yeah.
Robin, you looked hot that day, I have to tell you.
Why, thank you, Dominic.
He did tell me that.
Are you sexually harassing me?
Yeah, that's it. Bring him up on charges. Anyway, so there you go. So this guy's videotaping girls, and the answer is, who knows if it's right or wrong?
But, yeah, hopefully she won't ever find out.
Yeah, how's she going to know?
Yeah, really.
Right.
She's listening, but she doesn't listen. So.
Right.
Unless one of her brothers are listening, but that might not be good.
I hear you. Okay, dude.
Hey, man, if you want, I can come down and show you.
Let me think. Do I have a moral problem with that?
Send 2 copies.
No, yes. Send 2 copies.
I'm not sending any.
We want to see that, right, Robin?
I don't want to see it.
But you look.
I might answer.
I'll come down.
I'm pretty sure I know it's wrong, but I think I want to look at it anyway.
I'll come down. I could come down tomorrow, or on Friday, or next week, whenever.
Tied up. All right, we'll make arrangements. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. And you can be here as well.
Send the tapes first.
Right. Also depends whether the broad is nice looking.
Yeah.
Look at some guy's ugly girlfriend. Right.
Yeah, we're busy.
Ed joining us today. Nancy, quick. You say some guy got fired for having Playboy pictures on his screensaver at work? She's gone. Nancy? Nan?
Maybe she heard you and thought you lost interest.
Nancy? No, you know what? I did lose interest. How's that? Melrose Larry Green's having a rally in Dallas. Friday.
Why are you telling us?
I don't know. He wanted to get on, but he's gone too, so forget it. All right, so we pretty much went through everyone.
Yeah.
I think I had left with some guy who wanted to agree with Ted Turner. Says white people are in minority, and that blacks are reproducing very fast.
Oppressed?
Yes. Are white people oppressed?
Definitely.
Why?
Why? I'm a 45-year-old white Anglo-Saxon male who's been in the workplace since he's 17, been passed over for jobs because I'm white, and black people get the jobs, Latinos get the jobs. And we are losing our production because we don't reproduce and have social programs supporting us, such as the black...
No, I don't want to get into this now. It's bringing my head down.
Have another cocktail.
Nothing sadder than a white guy who can't figure out how to make a living.
Wait a minute.
They're gonna blame the blacks. Like the blacks have something going on.
Take it all.
Yeah, they're taking it all, boy. I tell you. Hey, anyway, want to hear something weird before you say this is news in a way, and this concerns you. Guy calls me up, doesn't want to come on the air, tells me that he works like in a pharmacy or something. He tells me that there is a main computer. You talk about invasion of privacy. He starts telling me which celebrities have herpes, because they have herpes medication, and it goes into a main computer, and you can look it all up if you work in a pharmacy.
Is that right?
It blew my mind who has herpes. Blew my mind. Yeah, I got to tell you some names off the air. I don't want to say it on the air because God forbid this guy's full of it, but there's only one way to test it. He tells me that, like, he can tell which person gets which medication and all this. He's telling me that you, Robin Quivers,
Yes.
just applied for a diaphragm. Is that true or not? Is he right?
Well, not long ago, yeah.
Wow. So the guy's on the level.
Oh, that's disgusting that you could find that out.
Yeah, he knows. He says Robin just went in for a diaphragm.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
So it's true what he's saying
Yeah.
about other people.
That's right. And he gave me a list of what everybody's on.
Because I think I saw this fax, and he said, I know a little bit of information about Robin.
Hey, Gary.
Is that one chain?
Hey, you got to hear this guy. Wait, Gary, get the guy on the phone, okay?
I'm getting out of that
All right.
chain.
Tell him he's got to come on the air.
Is it one chain or are they
No,
connected?
no, it's
a
all
central
connected.
computer?
It's a central computer.
Like an internet thing?
It's not just the chain, so you have nowhere you can go. What are you using a diaphragm for? Do you like it?
Sometimes.
Don't you think it breaks up lovemaking?
Sometimes that happens too, yes.
Did you find it very slippery once you put the gel on the diaphragm and try to fold it in half?
Sometimes it's loose all over the place.
Ever have your boyfriend put it in for you?
No.
I used to have a girlfriend in Princeton, and I was in charge of that.
Really?
And
you could do that?
Yeah, I was good at it.
I never like to
I was pretty good
leave
at
that
it.
to anyone else.
Yeah.
I like to try to make sure it's in the right place myself.
She liked it because she felt it didn't break up lovemaking, at least like I was
It was
involved.
part of the act.
Yeah.
Were you doing it for you, Howard, or for the next
I was probably doing it for the next guy. I'm embarrassed. I'm so small. And I was telling Robin this, and she's going, well, then you're not, how could
You're
that
not
be?
getting past it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me make sure that this guy doesn't say anything stupid. Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to ask you questions. Be careful. I don't want you to give out specific information about specific people.
Right.
All right. You work for a drug store, right?
No, my friend works at a pharmacy.
Okay. So it doesn't matter what pharmacy you work at. You're all tied into the same computer?
Her company is tied in all around the country with every other company that they have bought, acquired, or otherwise.
All right. So they have to be part of that chain.
Right.
Okay. So.
It's not like
Okay.
it's
All right.
not like
so I
over,
know what chain it is now.
Right.
I'm not going to say that.
All right.
It's not like over the internet or anything. It's an intranet. It's like inside.
No, I hear. It's a self-contained network.
Right.
So when you got the diaphragm information on Robin, now she knows not to go to that drug chain or anybody in that drug chain because you guys could all share that information.
That's right.
Okay.
You never know.
Right.
But
So
there's other things.
All right. Now, don't mention the celebrities.
Right.
But mention some of the things you know about them. Like one female celebrity that you told me has herpes.
Yes.
All right.
Very good. You know her. And
I know. I read the name. I know who you're talking
you
about.
like her.
I do too. That's right.
I know you do.
All right. Then
Not
there was
anymore.
Right. Wow. That changed my whole opinion.
Won't ever be touching her, huh?
Right. And then what about some other? You think her husband knows?
I would hope so.
Jeez, I ought to tell me.
He's married.
Well, I feel obligated now that I have information.
It's not your business.
All right, I won't say anything. I'm not going to say who it is.
I could be your pharma CIA hole.
You're not kidding. And so, when did Robin apply for her diaphragm?
This was a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
That she got it.
Right.
No, it's been a couple of months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess it showed
a
up in the...
little late then.
No, he knew.
But one guy is, well, he's on sleeping pills, somebody.
Right.
Another famous actress, younger, she has heavy acne medication.
Yeah. Heavy acne medication. I know who that is.
And another actress, she's on Fen-Phen. She recently had a baby.
Yep. There.
And, she's trying to lose some weight.
Yeah, he's got every...
Look at the kind of information.
And I have all this information.
Yeah. And I can keep it coming to you.
All right. Please do, because I love it. Yeah.
You got to give me the hotline.
As a matter of fact, there's one person on there who's on my scumbag list. I might just...
It might just fall out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Right. Well,
I was going to say the Fen-Phen story. I know who it is because Mike Walker told me that one.
Right. Well, I might tell Mike Walker all this stuff. Hey, thanks, dude.
All right, man.
All right, bye.
Well, I guess I will be using that chain.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and you got to be aware of, that's why, the little drugstore on the corner sometimes is the way to go.
That's the way to do it.
I have for a long time sort of supported the idea, anyway, of, like those small video stores. I get
the
sad.
mom and pop operations.
Hempstead, Long Island used to be a really cool place to shop. It was all little mom and pop stores, and I always got kind of sad when I saw the malls come in and everything. I always got sad. Always thought that was kind of the end of all privacy. Shut up, Ed.
It is.
Yeah.
But even small hardware stores and small drugstores a lot of times become part of these chains too.
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. They own a lot that you don't even know.
So
because they're little independent
that they
stores.
own is in this central computer.
And that information get into the wrong hands. I mean, it's in that jerk's hands. Imagine what everyone else.
Excuse me, you can't hide the information. If you're part of an...
Where's Ed McMahon?
He stepped out.
Can he just talk?
Okay.
All right. What did you say? No one wants to hear from you.
Okay.
All right.
They're all tied into insurance. If you have insurance, they'll be calling the insurance company if someone has access.
Like I said, where's Ed McMahon? Okay.
That's a white Mr. T.
All right. Yeah, bring back Mr. T. How is Mr. T? Does he still have cancer?
He was supposed to be recovering, but I haven't heard anything.
That's called the drugstore guy. He'll know.
Feeling much better, Howard. Feeling much better.
You better hope he lives. The only impression you do.
It'll be a retrospective.
I heard they changed his name to Mr. C instead of Mr. T. Is that true? Okay, let's go to the news with the beautiful Robin Quivers, who is dressed in a provocative outfit today with a tight-fitting... Oh, that's right, sexual harassment. But it's radio. Can't I describe what Robin's wearing?
I thought you'd just say, well, we just learned she has a diaphragm.
What is that, leotard?
You robbed
That's
me.
just a little top.
How often do you use it? You don't use rubbers? You use diaphragm?
No, sometimes I like to have a little extra protection.
Oh, so you use rubber and diaphragm?
Sometimes.
I don't know if I can handle you.
And rubber gloves.
You know what? A rubber and a diaphragm.
Well, they're never mind.
Can I just say something?
My secret.
Why are you using a diaphragm? I'm assuming your boyfriend's faithful and everything. Who knows? But he could have some disease
That's
or
not the point. I use a diaphragm for other reasons, and I'm not telling.
Time of the month, right? Keeps everything. Is that right? Time of the month can't be.
Saving the best part for her husband.
Shut up, Ed.
No, it's Mr. T, I think.
Who is that?
I think that was Mr. T.
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr.
She just likes company.
No. Explain to me, why the diaphragm?
You got it.
Oh, period?
Yeah.
You have to have sex during your period now? This is a woman who didn't have sex for 10 years. Now you have to have sex during your period? Every day counts?
You're catching up. Look at her go.
Catching up. Was that right? Gee, I never knew that. Hey, how frightening was it the other day when Donna D'Errico, the star of Baywatch, said that she is on a medication that stops her period completely?
Doesn't have one.
That is weird. A lot of women said to me, that's weird. What was the drug she's on?
Depo-Provera?
Depo-Provera.
Depo, I think it is.
Depo-Provera.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but hey, it's great for a guy, but you've got to figure that's doing something to your body or doing something to your health.
I can't, I just think whenever you stop something like that, you're
doing major
something to your body because you're throwing off the hormonal balance.
Yeah, what about that?
And you've got to continually medicate yourself. She says she has to have that shot every 3 months.
Yeah. It's great for the guy.
This is something that sticks in your body and just stays there for 3 months at a time.
Doesn't your period sort of like when women stop?
Flushes out your body.
Yeah, and
it
doesn't
keeps things regulated.
And doesn't it also like keep you from growing hair on your face and
Well-
getting male characteristics?
Obviously, she doesn't have that problem.
No way. But
So
I'm saying,
it's not causing her to become masculine. But
I mean, even the patch freaks me out.
yeah, that thing they used to put in your arm, what was that called?
That was-
Norplant? I thought those 3 little rods.
Norplant. Like they were giving that to young black and Hispanic chicks who were just having
couldn't take a
babies.
pill.
Yeah, couldn't take a pill. They couldn't remember to take their pills, so they were doing that. But so that, what the hell? That's good. But I don't know.
But now they got something for rich white women.
Yeah.
To keep husbands happy with money, I guess.
I tell you, you take enough of that Doro Prepravin or whatever it's called, and I think you grow a penis.
As you said, you have to be off of it for like a year, and sometimes in order to get pregnant again. You know,
Yeah.
like and it
And the baby has 3 heads.
seems to me that's got to be stored in your liver somewhere.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You know, and that can't
There you go.
be good for you.
Yeah, who cares as long as she's hot.
Even with a penis.
Even with a
She'd
penis.
still be cute even with a penis. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Screw sexual harassment.
That's not gay.
Okay, so we were going to do some
Can
news.
we do a commercial? Because I want to
Okay.
find out who has herpes.
All right. Oh, wait till you hear this. Oh, I got a great one for you. You really want to know?
Yeah.
Want to do your first story, and then I'll tell you who has herpes?
All right.
Hey, you son of a bitches, here's Robin Crimmins of the goddamn news, you miserable prick.
Wow. 2 cops are being investigated for allegedly beating and sodomizing a Haitian immigrant at a Brooklyn police station. Abner Loima was arrested early Saturday morning after allegedly throwing punches at police officers trying to break up a fight outside of a nightclub. From his hospital bed, Loima told the Daily News that he was beaten by officers as they drove him to the 70th Precinct Station House in Ocean Parkway.
They raped him with a broom, right?
At the station house, he said he was called racist names and taken into a bathroom. There, he was stripped and assaulted by officers who sodomized him with the wooden handle of a toilet plunger.
Is that gay, you think?
Yes.
I don't think so. Oh,
What do
my.
you mean? Why are you messing with the guy's lower region?
I don't know. But I don't think that's gay.
Is that, restraint?
First of all, that's only alleged, by the way. We should say. The cops have only been accused of doing that.
Officials say Loima is in critical but stable condition at Coney Island Hospital after emergency surgery to repair a puncture in his small intestine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how'd he get that?
No, the wounds.
Small intestine.
The wounds are indicative of something like this happening.
Family members say Loima had no bruises or injuries when he was arrested at the Club Rendezvous.
Resisting arrest.
The 2 officers have been placed on modified duty.
Duty.
They're not allowed to go into the bathroom.
That's funny. They put him on duty after they raped a guy with a broom.
And they have taken away their guns.
Right. And their brooms.
And their plungers.
So, okay. Okay. Right. Oh, we're off the air. Good. Okay. So guess who has...
Come in over this radio. 92 Gray. K-Rock.
It is mean.
This
It is base.
is
It is downright low down.
the Howard Stern Show.
I'll say. And I'm downright low down. Okay. You know, when Malcolm Shabazz, the 12-year-old kid that lit his grandmother on fire, you know, they show those pictures of him with a big garbage bag on his head? Gary's telling me that under the garbage bag, they got him, you know when a dog bites someone and they put those huge... No, they put that huge collar on him.
No, when a dog has surgery.
Yeah, right. He won't eat himself. Yeah. One of those cones. They're saying that Malcolm Shabazz wears a cone so he won't bite anyone. That's what Gary says is underneath the bag. No, he's not kidding.
I know.
And Gary said he saw it on TV.
Everything about teeth.
Well, he knows everything about teeth.
Teeth and his...
Could Malcolm Shabazz be... What do you call that thing the dog wears?
Collar.
No.
A Victorian collar.
A what?
A Victorian collar.
And where did you see that?
Now, Howard, this isn't the paper bag thing. This is the first time they brought him into court. They had this thing it fanned out and went all around his from his head on up, from his chest on up. And it was
Would it be funny if we put Gary in one of those every day?
What's funny about that?
It doesn't look funny.
How would I function?
I'm just kidding.
About as well as you do now.
How would I function?
Yeah.
How would I function, Bull?
I don't know how I'd do it.
Oh, dear.
That's funny. Baba Booey. Not as good as you do now.
Why don't you have Gary lead a sympathy parade on the street and have a bunch of people wearing those things?
So don't you have something to do?
Would I be here?
Don't you have to go join Johnny in Malibu?
Overstay.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's get to the rest of the news.
Yes, Howard. The UPS strike continues, and now businesses are beginning to hurt from lack of deliveries. Here is...
The UPS guys have been out of work a long time. Right, Ed?
Here is...
you may have already won.
Pat Garbiras, who is the director of sales for Ultimate Pictures, which is some kind of a porno place. They say X-rated videos are on, production of new X-rated videos are on hold because of the UPS walkout. And the actors and actresses in these films aren't the only ones being affected.
We have cameramen, gaffers, the lighting crew, video techs.
Is this really a good example of people being hurt?
Hey, it's a business.
Yeah.
Anyone that has anything to do with a production is going to find their work. Is going to find work very slim.
Yeah, I guess the whole sort of sex industry gets hurt. Because, UPS...
Did you realize it would be that deep? It would go that deep.
Wow. I mean, people are playing with themselves to last month's filth. They can't get any. There's a tragedy. Well, there's a horror.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you, people are hurting out there.
I've been staring at the same filth for a month.
That makes me so sad. The president says he doesn't see this as a national problem, that, he doesn't see...
Because he gets laid more than all of us.
Feel our pain.
I don't feel your pain.
They'll never have an America.
No. That didn't mean for you to play.
Oh, that sounded like an intro to President Clinton.
He's talking about something totally different. He's not going to get involved in the porn industry and their complaints.
That would have been great.
Oh, forget about it. But they're saying that people are going to have to start laying off workers in other industries because they can't get deliveries, they can't do production. So we got a real problem. This UPS strike.
What about mail order brides?
Doesn't see it, however, as something he needs to step into yet.
Right.
And impose the Taft-Hartley Act. So
yes,
we'll just have to see what goes on.
Taft-Hartley Act.
We were talking about that book, How to Dump Your Wife. Maybe somebody who, is very smart should get it to Donald Trump. In the Daily News today, they say Marla is one of those wives who won't let go.
Right.
That's what they're claiming that she is, that she really doesn't want to be out of the marriage.
Yeah, because she likes the lifestyle.
And Donald's friends are saying, look, if you're smart, you'll just
get on with your
nice, agree to do whatever Donald says because he's ready to be very nice to you and do even better than your prenuptial agreement as long as you don't fight it.
Right.
But if you fight, he's going to come down hard
That's
on
a tough one. So what would you do, Robin? Would you fight or would you be nice about it if you were the woman?
Well, you got to figure, does she have a leg to stand on?
None. She has a prenup. It's pretty solid. She better be nice.
Say?
Right.
What did he do to coerce her into signing something she didn't need to sign?
She can claim she's an idiot. Everyone believes that.
Well, that would be true.
Yeah. I'm as stupid as a wall. Your Honor.
But they're saying it's not necessarily the cash that she wants. She doesn't want to let go of the Donald.
Yeah, well, he's a catch, man. It's great to have broads fighting over you.
So Donald is taking the case to court.
Right.
In an attempt, what is his rush? He wants to get out of this marriage.
Well, yeah, he wants to be dating free and clear.
Well, he already can. I'm sure he moved her out of the apartment while she was away. He was very smart. He backed up a truck and took her stuff.
Yeah, and threw it out.
I think he's already read that. But, yeah, they're saying she doesn't have much of a leg to stand on and that she better not fight too much because she probably is set to get something like $2.5 million, and he's certainly prepared to be very generous to his daughter, Tiffany, who is their child together. And he said even this legal wrangling will not make him take it out on his daughter. He will only zero in on Marla if she gives him a hard time.
There you go.
Who these people are who are talking for them.
It's a whole bunch of stuff being talked about.
What they're saying.
Right.
There's a baby-faced pimp who was just arrested by police. He's accused of using torture and intimidation to keep his stable of underage girls, including an 11-year-old runaway, in line.
Wow.
Linwood Stewart, who called himself Q, preyed on runaways and troubled teens, forcing them to sell their bodies. And when they didn't bring in enough money, there was hell to pay. A 14-year-old who worked for Stewart for several weeks told police he once tied her to a basement pole, poured baby oil on her, whipped her with an extension cord, and burned her with a cigarette before carving a Q in her upper arm.
Why baby oil?
So she'd burn better? I
don't know. I mean, seriously, is that bad?
I don't know.
Hey-oh.
Man, 11 years old. Turned him out on the street. That guy's going to rot in hell. Now, there's,
A 17-year-old who had worked for Stewart for 7 months told police he beat her with a rope for taking too long with a client.
Now, this guy might need a sexual harassment class. All right? He might need a sensitivity training class on top of that to boot.
Send him with Einziger. That's
The police say that all the girls were in fear of him. He was brought down when a mother of one of the girls saw her daughter walking the streets and ran to the police and told. So that's how they caught up with the Q.
I saw a neat little item in the news that they're holding an auction today for all. Did you see this?
For what?
For stuff they found on the subway. Like, whenever somebody leaves I don't know, a hat or a coat or a jacket or a hat.
Umbrella.
Did I say hat? Yeah, whatever.
What do people leave on the
3
subway?
bodies. They're going to auction all that stuff off today.
Really?
Yeah.
And you are anxious to go down there and...
Yeah, well, I might get some good bargains.
You want to have somebody lift on the subway.
Yeah. Just thought I'd mention that as a public service.
Well, I'm glad you're so excited about
Not
that.
me, but some people might not have, the means to buy some of these
His
things.
underwear's almost new.
I saw this story yesterday and I thought it was odd. A Manhattan teenager faces assault and gun charges.
Right.
After accidentally shooting 2 younger brothers. Yesterday I saw the story that said that these 2 little kids had been shot, had gunshot wounds, and their 19-year-old brother was in the apartment at the time. And I said, well, that's pretty odd. Well, it turns out that the 19-year-old is now being charged. Rayshawn Brewington was holding a pistol early yesterday morning when it went off, striking his 9-year-old brother Aaron in the shoulder. Aaron had surgery for his shoulder wound and is in stable condition. The slug then hit his 5-year-old brother Lonnie in the head, and he's in critical condition in Harlem Hospital.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it, they're saying. Hey, this just in from the Mass Transit Association, a urine-soaked raincoat, 2 for $85.
I'll take them both.
Found on the subway. If you can get the urine smell out of it, that'd be a nice little buy.
Leave it in, it's still a nice coat.
Timothy McVeigh, the man who
no one will steal it.
The first one to be convicted in the Oklahoma City bombing, says he wants a new lawyer.
Oh, he does.
He tells the Buffalo News that his lead attorney lied to him about leaving the case once the trial was over. He was interviewed over the phone last night from his Colorado prison cell, and he tells the newspaper that the attorney refuses to relinquish the case. The attorney, meanwhile, who led the team of 14 court-appointed attorneys to defend McVeigh, says it's his obligation to represent McVeigh at least through the first appeal process.
Gee, feel so bad for that guy. Timothy McVeigh, rotten hell.
He was convicted in June of the April 1995 bombing that killed 168 people. He's been sentenced to death.
I guess I'd want a new lawyer, too. He didn't really come out of that too good.
McVeigh says Jones screwed up badly, but he adds he's not bitter. He says he only wants him off of the appeal.
Yank his nuts off with a pair of pliers.
Hey, you.
A Hartford martial arts instructor is denying sexual abuse allegations involving a young female student.
See?
David Negron says...
Negron?
Yes.
N-I-G-R-O?
Negron.
Negron.
N-E-G-R-O-N.
Is he black or white?
That looks Hispanic to me.
Negron. That's a Negro. Negron.
He was arraigned yesterday on sexual assault charges based on the complaints of two female students aged 11 and 12. He owns and runs the School of Self-Defense where he teaches adults and children. He was a deputy sheriff in Hartford until about 2 years ago. According to the affidavit filed against him, he allegedly abused one student for several months, telling her she would never receive a red or a black belt unless she submitted to him.
You ain't gonna get no black belt unless you submit. So there.
She says, however, that the girl is upset with him and is just trying to get back at him because he kicked her out of his program.
You're not gonna get no belt. I tell you that right now. You keep putting up a struggle, you're not gonna get no belt. And don't think about telling you more about this, because you don't get the belt. That's it. No belt for you.
A man who worked as a babysitter in a public housing complex where he lived has been charged with sexually abusing 3 young girls.
How shocking. A male babysitter being charged with something?
Police in the city of Troy are asking any parents who live in the Phelan Court apartments to talk to their kids about whether they had any contact with 33-year-old Dennis Durant.
Oh, a 33-year-old male babysitter.
There may be other victims. Durant allegedly forced some of the children to perform sex acts, and he also fondled girls.
Gee, a guy 33, a male babysitter?
It's a career decision.
You know, you only hear about the bad ones.
You mean there are good 33-year-old male babysitters?
Yeah.
There must be.
Yeah, they found one in Alaska. There's 1 to 2 good ones.
Is it a foolish prank or is this murder?
Go ahead.
In Oswego, New York, Oswego County, the district attorney is arguing that 22-year-old Michael Manzi intentionally killed a Fort Drum soldier. Manzi has been charged with second-degree murder in the death of the 22-year-old man. He's accused of dropping a 38-pound cinder block from an overpass on Interstate 81.
Murder.
And killing the man last Labor Day.
Murder. What's the question? Is that a prank or murder? That's murder.
His defense lawyer says that Manzi's act was stupid but not calculated.
Robin, I hold in my hand a book that says there are good 33-year-old male babysitters. Name of this book, if you want to pick it up, Ripley's Believe It or Not. It is available in bookstores.
I have another question for you, oh great one.
Go ahead. And by the way, please refer to me as oh great one from now on. I mean everybody.
Okay, great one.
Oh, by the way, in this book it also says there is a 4-headed cow.
Was also a babysitter.
Right.
All right, here's your question.
Go ahead.
If a woman has sex with a masked man,
go ahead.
He thinks it's her fiance.
Go ahead.
But
murder.
Her sexual partner turns out to be an intruder.
Right.
Was she forced to have sex?
No. Yes. Yes.
Maybe.
Hold it. I'm asking the magic 8 ball and it's cloudy. Wait a second. Shake again. Ask again. Okay. If a man, yes, that's a rape.
Not according to a judge.
No, that is a rape. That is a rape. What? How could that be?
Oakland, outside of Pontiac, Michigan.
Why is it if a guy goes up to a woman at work and says, hey, can I ask you out on a date? I think you're very beautiful. That's sexual harassment.
And you could lose your job.
But why, if a criminal comes into your home with a mask on and, gee, you mistake him for your partner and you have sex with him, that isn't rape? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, what happened was this woman was sleeping on the couch or something. Her boyfriend was in the apartment when she fell asleep.
Okay.
Maybe they had like one of those sex lives where they sometimes played games with each other.
Yeah, kind I can only dream of.
This guy sees her, I guess, fall asleep.
Yeah.
Puts on a mask.
Yeah.
Comes into the house. When she wakes up, I guess he's in the midst of starting the sex act.
Go ahead.
She thinks
it's her boyfriend. Right.
So she goes along with it.
Of course.
And she doesn't realize that it wasn't her fiancé.
Because she had an orgasm.
After the act is over.
Right.
And she gets up and finds her boyfriend asleep in the bedroom.
Okay, that's a rape. Plain and simple. Easy enough to decipher which is rape and which isn't.
The answer to that question could mean the difference between a maximum of 2 years in prison or a maximum of 15 years in prison for Daniel Frederick Crippen, a 23-year-old man. He's been charged with third-degree criminal sexual conduct, which is a 15-year felony. But a judge in the case has reduced the charge to fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct, a 2-year high misdemeanor.
Ask him if it was his daughter.
Crippen's alleged victim testified at a March 5th preliminary examination that there was no force or coercion involved.
Of course there's coercion.
Yes, because it's obvious she would not have agreed to have sex with this man if she had known he was not her fiancé.
If it was the judge's daughter, it would be a rape. End of sentence. It was the judge's
You know
wife.
how she found this guy?
She knew it wasn't her boyfriend because he went to do it a second time. And she said,
On the following night, police, she called the police. They staked out the apartment and caught a peeping Tom, who turned out to be the guy who's now under arrest.
Peeing Tom.
No, peeping.
I'm talking about our general manager.
Yeah. So this guy obviously was staking out the place. He was looking at the woman, saw her fall asleep, came into the apartment, raped her, because this is rape.
Yeah.
And then left. And the only reason he didn't have to struggle with her is because she thought it was someone he would ordinarily
okay, that's it. Case closed. Got it.
Doesn't see it that way.
That's wrong. He's wrong.
You are right.
Right.
Can you imagine this? Remember the group England Dan and John Ford Coley?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember them.
They sang that stupid song, I'm not talking about moving in.
They wrote that?
And I don't want to change your life.
Get down, Robin.
England Dan. Oh, shut up, Jackie. Leave the show, for Christ's sake. Great song. England Dan and John Ford Coley. Get with it. Wake up.
Well, then Jackie will understand this story.
It's one of the worst songs ever written, aside from Kung Fu Fighting.
A guy named Bruce Setzler, who lives out on Long Island, has been arrested for moonlighting as John Ford Coley.
Why? Who would know?
Why?
Setzler stumbled into his illegal career last winter when he convinced a doctor who has a band that he was half of the old duo, England Dan and John Ford Coley.
What a cool scam.
Who had that 1976 hit. This scam worked so well it led to 2 or 3 paying gigs. The real Coley, who lives in California, says he was tipped off to the imitator by a booking agent, but only called the DA after Setzler allegedly bounced some checks while posing as Coley. The fake Coley now faces an October court date and could face fines and jail time.
Wow, if you pick somebody obscure like that, no one will ever catch you if you don't bounce any checks.
He just went a little too far.
I'm going to pretend I'm Jackie.
You'll never get caught.
I'm going to pretend I'm Jackie.
And I'm going to pretend I'm Flo from the Turtles. Imagining you. I think about you day and night. It's only right.
You sound like them.
We'd never get caught.
But we wouldn't get gigs either.
They don't either. I guess they do. I don't know. I've seen them. They're good.
Yeah, where's Richard Nader when you need him?
There have been, we're always talking about dogs turning on their owners and other sort of pets. Well, there are a couple of snake incidents in the newspapers lately.
Yeah. Snake ate somebody's dog. I saw that.
Snake ate a chihuahua.
I hate chihuahuas.
Boa constrictor.
Bad dog.
There's a snake in my pants. It wants to eat something.
You're a chihuahua.
And it don't want a chihuahua. It wants a woman.
Dog.
Yeah. The woman was all upset because the dog was her best friend and she's an old woman.
Yeah, it wrapped itself around the dog and killed it and then ate it in one big gulp.
You want to know what, honey? Get over it. It's called natural selection.
Well, the owner of the boa constrictor wants his snake back.
Stupid dog froze. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Dog saw the snake, could have run away.
It's a chihuahua. What do you expect?
An idiot.
The Los Angeles Animal Shelter where the 7-foot-long snake is being held says a man picked up a permit application for the snake yesterday, but the dog's owner says the man shouldn't get the snake back.
Why not?
Said she'd live in horror if it was returned.
Why? The snake's not hungry.
In a separate incident in Anaheim, California, a 10-year-old boy is recovering after being attacked by his 65-pound pet python.
What are people doing with these snakes?
The 12-foot-long snake tried to bite off the boy's thumb as he gave it water. Here is a portion of the 911 call as his mother talked to the dispatcher.
Cool.
How large is the python?
It's about 12 foot. Don't let go. Hannah, talk to Mama. Okay, buddy, Mama's gonna get it. It's okay.
Is somebody helping him?
Now, my 14-year-old boy trying to cut the snake.
Yeah, what a bunch of idiots. Instead of calling 911, cut the snake's head off.
There's more.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with her? How old's the kid? 6?
10 years
Oh,
old.
10. What are you doing on the phone? They can't do anything on the phone.
She's not gonna die, sweetie. Mama's not gonna let you die.
Yes, she is.
Okay, Simon, I know, baby. Be tough. You're being tough. You're being tough.
You're coming through. Excuse me. You have a kid trying to remove it?
Yeah, he's trying to stab the snake in the snake. This is a big snake.
Cut his head off.
Watch your brother's hand.
Well, the firefighters had to get to the house to cut the snake's head off to free the boy.
And what happened? He lost his thumb?
The snake's body continued to grip the boy's bleeding arm until paramedics shook it off.
So the kid's okay?
Yeah.
Bunch of dopes. Keeping a big snake around little kids like that.
Telling the kid to be tough.
Yeah, you hear that? Yeah. Be tough. No, why don't you be tough, Ma? You're the one who brought the snake into the house. Put the snake and the mother in the zoo. Where they belong. What a dummy.
Well, we're sitting here talking about animals.
I wish the snake would have eaten the kid.
Oh,
Teach that woman a lesson. Would have been great. So she could have that nightmare the rest of her life.
That's good.
Yeah. Who keeps a snake? What is it, a python? 65
that was a python. The
pounds?
other one was a boa constrictor.
Dopes. You know what a boa constrictor does? It squeezes you to death. Why would you keep that around your house?
So does a python.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
They don't squeeze you to death. They suffocate you.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, they wait till you exhale and then they...
Right, they squeeze.
Same thing, man. Suffocate and squeezing is the same thing. He's just hungry.
He's confused.
Yeah.
A little different
Nobody's
from
fed him.
food.
Get him some food, will you?
He might start squeezing us.
All right.
Ranch one.
Ranch one.
Here is Dorinda Ralliford, who is a New Jersey Division of Youth and Family Services trainer. She is now training new caseworkers to watch for signs of pet abuse.
That is an indicator that something is wrong. The children have not been taught respect for life. The parent themselves may not have the control that is required.
So she says if you see pet abuse, it may be a precursor to child abuse.
No.
So that's what she is now alerting caseworkers to look for. If you see something untoward going on with the pet, suspect that there's something else going on with the family as well. So we've got all kinds of pet news today.
Yeah.
Pets can kill you. Pets can also be an indicator that something is wrong with a family.
Good.
When Johnny, that's
Johnny.
It wasn't Gianni.
You're
it
right.
was Johnny.
Oh, you're right, Johnny.
Versace
It's
was
over,
rushed
Johnny.
to a Florida hospital. We were talking earlier about that drugstore chain where they have a central computer and you can just tap into it and find out everything you want about people who are getting their prescriptions filled.
Right.
Well, when he was rushed to a Florida hospital last month after being fatally shot, he touched off a rush by hospital workers to their computer terminals. Now at least 10 workers at Jackson Memorial Hospital could lose their jobs. Typically, only those directly involved in a case can check a patient's file. However, in the case of Versace, a hospital spokeswoman says a gamut of employees took a peek at his preliminary medical records. The hospital knows who did because it put a tracer on the files early on. That's standard procedure for high-profile patients. And now those who looked have gotten a memo demanding an explanation, and the hospital says disciplinary action is pending.
Cool.
So your privacy is violated all the time.
Yeah.
There is no more privacy.
Yeah. We knew you had a diaphragm from the guy who called up who works at the drugstore.
And just imagine you have some, like you get a gerbil.
That'll be out on the internet in a week.
So you can't do any of that stuff anymore and go to a hospital.
No.
Damn.
To really behave, everyone's big brother.
I I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
The full autopsy report on the death of John Benet Ramsey is due to be released in Boulder, Colorado this morning. It's not expected to provide much new information, but could present headaches for investigators still hoping to close the case. They tried to keep that information out of the press because they still hope to make an arrest someday.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
I say we'll be living on Mars by the time they do that.
Let me see if there's anything else I want to get to today.
You better hurry because Ed's going to have a heart attack.
Already did.
Oh, dear. Elvis Presley, of course, is still with us, in memory anyway, and on August 16th we'll be celebrating the 20th anniversary of his death.
What a graceful way he went out.
Tons of books. His albums still sell all over the world, and hundreds of thousands of people have visited his home in Graceland since his death. There'll be big vigils this weekend and lots of books. And a guy named Frank Coffey is the author of The Complete Idiot's Guide to Elvis. Here he is talking about
We know a lot of idiots are into Elvis, so.
Elvis's recording career.
His recording career is just remarkable because the third recording he ever made, which is the second day he was ever in a recording studio, That's All Right Mama came out. And it's an unbelievable song. So in some ways, you almost can't explain genius. I mean, he had so little training, and he emerged with this full-blown talent. It's really a remarkable, amazing thing.
Isn't it amazing how people think, like, singing a song is amazing?
Yeah.
That man is crazy.
Really?
And here is Coffey on Elvis's open sexuality and how it was ahead of its time.
Elvis was,
marrying, what is it, taking a 14-year-old into your home? Yeah, way ahead of its time.
Talking her father into it was a trick.
Yeah.
Really about expressing emotion, and one of those emotions was sexuality. And I think it was revolutionary for a culture in 1954 that was dominated by kind of uptight Protestant values. You know, Elvis was about freedom, and it scared people.
Yeah, I'll say. Especially the woman whose breast he paralyzed by throwing a pool cue at it. That's pretty liberated. Elvis was a bloated, stupid, confused jerk who could sing.
Hail to the king.
And he sang okay. It wasn't great. He sang. That's all.
And he made bad movies.
He's like Garth Brooks. He's a third-rate singer, but he has a bunch of hillbillies who worship him because he at least has interaction with them.
Shazam.
Right.
Michael Jackson is looking to become the next Elvis of Poland.
I'm already the Elvis of Poland. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Deke.
He's already signed a letter of intent to build an amusement park in Warsaw, and now he's looking for a place while it's being built. The director of Poland's National Museum says Jackson is looking toward the future. He says Jackson is in the market for a home there that he intends to turn into a tourist attraction like Graceland after he's dead.
The first Elvis of Poland was Helen Keller. They thought she was a genius.
Yesterday you said something about Dodi Fayed and his finances.
Yes.
Well, they say today that there has been somebody running around claiming to be him. Who runs up tabs and doesn't pay his bills. That Dodi Fayed is not a man who welches on his bills.
I'm Dodi Fayed. I'll take 100 lobsters, please. Charge it to Fayed. Charge it to me, Fayed. My Visa card. Jenny Wood.
But they also say that the London tabloid The Mirror will be has reported that he dumped Daryl Hannah for Princess Di. That's,
man's world.
3 days after he escorted Hannah to some gig, he was dallying with Di on the Mediterranean.
Thank you.
Thank you. I agree with you 100%.
Guy's got a lucky penis. Must be in great shape.
There's a big golf tournament this weekend, and everybody's expecting Tiger Woods to do very well.
Didn't he do bad? I watched a Tiger Woods golf tournament the other day, last weekend.
Really?
And I think he was like last place. Am I crazy? Did anybody else see that?
Didn't do good. No.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I have not been keeping track since he doesn't win everything. I have lost interest for the most part, but they say this one should be his. They say he's set to win his second major with the PGA Championship that is coming up this weekend. Here's Tiger.
I don't know. Is he winning that much or what?
No.
He said it was stress, oh great one.
Any guy who's driving the ball well has a good chance. Anybody. Because this is the type of golf course here, if you're driving it long and straight, it's really not that hard. But if you start spraying it, then you're in a world of hurt.
You know, he's not black. That's what he says. Says he's not black.
Realistically, he's now saying it's almost impossible to win all four of the really big golf tournaments. He's very happy to have won the Masters, and I think he'll do very well in this one.
What would you call a black kid being followed by 100 white supremacists?
I give up, oh great one.
The PGA Tour.
Ed, that's not
the PGA Tour.
Thank you.
Tour.
And finally this morning, Carl Everett and his wife Linda, who are the focus of a child abuse investigation. He's a Mets player whose children were taken by welfare officials last week. An investigation of the case has been going on, but they do not expect Queens prosecutors to file any criminal charges against that family. The city child welfare officials placed Everett's 5-year-old daughter, Shauna, and his 4-year-old son, Carl, in foster care last week after bruises were discovered on the girl by an attendant at a Shea Stadium play area. Shauna was interviewed again yesterday by prosecutors from the district attorney's office and workers with the Administration for Child Services. But they had previously announced that she was afraid of her stepmother.
All right. White supremacists.
The Everetts are fighting to get the children back.
PGA.
So there you go.
PGA Tour.
PGA Tour.
Do you know who Jill Eikenberry and
Yes. That's the girl from L.A. Law.
Michael Tucker are?
The actress from L.A. Law, right?
Cutest couple.
And her husband, the little
No.
guy.
She's cute. He was ugly.
Kidnapping.
I think she's darn cute.
Well, then you know who they are.
Right.
They're in the paper, or somebody's talking about them in the paper today. In Neil Travis's column, apparently they go to spiritualist Deepak Chopra's place out in California.
Yeah.
And they do seminars where they talk about how tantric yoga has saved their marriage.
Yeah, something must get her hot.
Eikenberry explains that they have found her sacred spot.
Mm.
And that orgasm is now not an event, but an ongoing state of being.
Mm.
So there.
I'll tell you one thing, if he grew 6 inches, it wouldn't hurt. I don't care what
They
spot.
wouldn't have had marital problems.
All right.
But they found her sacred spot.
Right.
Denver.
So that's what's happening.
His wallet.
Go look for your sacred spot.
Okay, there you go, Robin. Thank you. Let's just remind everybody that there's a lot going on. Want to thank Mr. Ed McMahon. Thanks for bringing Al Rosenberg with you.
You're welcome, oh great one.
What was supposed to be one segment has turned into many.
Try to get me out of here, I dare you.
All right. And by the way, Ed will be home sitting by the phone later if anyone needs him.
Sitting by your phone.
Jackie Penthouse Joke Page Martling has 2 disgusting and funny CDs, The Joke Man and Sergeant Pecker. Only $12 plus $4 shipping and handling. Also on cassette, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Next Monday, August 18th at the Westchester Broadway Theater in Elmsford, New York. And for information and filthy jokes, visit jokeland.com. Will Al Rosenberg be appearing anywhere, Ed?
Right here.
Right here. All right. Steve the Gorilla will be a host on the Jose Cuervo pirate ship.
Host to what, a tick?
At Patty McGee's on Saturday, August 16th from 10 to 12 at Island Park. The world's angriest intern will also be hosting the Jose Cuervo pirate ship at Coco's in Huntington on Monday the 18th from 10 to 12. And 718-BEG-5040 for Scott the Engineer. He has a special phone number set up for you so you can hire him to be your disco DJ at your wedding or party.
You love doing this, don't you, Chief?
Yeah. Tell him into it, can't you? This is Jackie's favorite part of the show.
Oh, it is not.
Plug time.
Where's Jackie going to be again, oh great one?
Yeah. Fred will be home stewing.
Tomatoes.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite. Okay, and we'll see you tomorrow. We got so much. And, thanks to the woman who wrote the book, How to Dump Your Wife.
That's the name of it.
Yeah, Lee Covington. She did a great job.
You want a number again?
You got it?
1-800.
Yeah.
444. Where is it? 5424.
Well, make sure.
2524.
All right, give it again.
1-800-444-2524.
There you go. There's the right number. Okay, and we'll blah, blah, blah.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.